talkSPORT update with Trust a Trader. When it matters, get the job done marvellously well by a verified Trust a Trader professional. talkSPORT.
It's 4 o'clock. Good afternoon. Here are your sports headlines, and we understand Michael Carrick is expected to be announced as United's caretaker boss in the next 48 hours. No new manager bounce then for Darren Fletcher. Unsurprising, given he was neither permanent nor the manager. United's latest disappointment came on Sunday at the hands of an old favourite, Danny Welbeck, and Ali McCoy says he should be on the plane.
He knows what his job would be. He would be a fantastic tourist, and by that I mean, I use the word tourist because that's what we used to call him. You know, he's not going to be a problem at all. He's going to be great around the camp. And by the way, the most important thing is he gets a chance, he'll score.
Elsewhere in Scotland, a fan who permanently disfigured a footballer's face during a Scottish Premiership match has been jailed for 18 months. 31-year-old David Gowans hurled part of a seat onto the pitch. It hit Aberdeen's Jack McKenzie following Dundee United's 2-1 win last May. The defender suffered injuries to one eye and eyebrow. Meanwhile, we understand Villa have opened formal talks to sign Conor Gallagher on loan with an option to buy for £25 million. Per Mertesacker will leave his role as Arsenal Academy manager at the end of the season. He's been in the job since retiring in 2018. And Steve Harmison says Brendan McCullum is in uncertain territory as the ECB review an Ashes tour that will be remembered for a dearth of discipline with bat, ball and booze.
I think he's the one that's the most vulnerable because he drives the bus. He's the drives the message. He's the one that sets the tone. He's the Arsene Wenger. He is the one that this team should represent. And at this moment in time, if there's a drinking culture, if there's lax, and if there is a problem, it falls on McCullum.
There's more on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel.
talkSPORT News.
Media regulator Ofcom's now launching a formal investigation into X's AI tool, and a drunk man who attacked two people on a train with a bottle has been jailed for 12 years. Find out more with the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Rain or shine, our mobile tyre fitting service comes to you so you can stay on the sofa this winter. Book today at quickfit.com. Conditions apply.
A mixed picture of dry spells and showers this evening. Part of the northwest will see the most persistent rain across the north. Windy with coastal gales, but tonight feeling milder.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein. Not necessarily in a happy mood for obvious reasons. Benty is, though. He's alongside me.
By the way, Darren
I
Bent.
just said that, Darren. Let me finish my sentence.
How are you doing, you alright?
Good. You all right?
Good
I
weekend?
think for the first time ever, we've both turned up with hoodies on. Ever.
Well, I always wear hoodies, didn't I?
Not always.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, but usually with the smart, like, shacket type jacket.
I like the shacket jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, not one on today. But, Jingo, we've got a show for you. The magic of the cup was in full swing over the weekend as Macclesfield knocked holders Crystal Palace out of the competition. But was it really the greatest upset of all time? We'll also be asking whether Carrick is the right man for the job as Man United crash out of another competition this season. And we'll get Bentley's top 5 talking points from the weekend in his tea time takeaway. All that, and we're building up to our live coverage of Liverpool against Barnsley tonight in the FA Cup. All that plus, blimey's more. We've got the fourth round of the FA Cup draw live in Drive tonight in our show. So if you're in it, it's overrated competition anyway, but if you're still in it, you can find out who you've got next in today's show. All that and more is coming up. I don't know how there's going to be more, but there is. 03717 223344.
Stay tuned for Drive at 4, folks. Excuses are plenty from both Goldstein and Bent.
Bit harsh, isn't it? Only just started the week, Jacqueline. How are you, DB? Stick freak, Darren Bent?
Yeah, I'm good. How you doing? You alright?
I've still got this cold that's rattling. Not cold. I'll tell you how mad it is, right? So I've had this like bunged upness for on and off since I went to the darts. Saturday morning, I wake up with the worst cough ever. Mrs. G's got the worst cough at the moment ever. And I called it off her. She had it about 3 or 4 days last week. I woke up Saturday. You know when you can feel your guts?
Yeah.
All day Saturday, all day Sunday. Last night, I'm literally coughing my guts up thinking, well, what's the latest I can call management max? Because I won't be coming in tomorrow. Woke up this morning like a switch had been pressed.
Gone.
All gone. The cough, the blocked nose.
I can still hear it at the...
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
The flu's still in you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it is. It's this bug.
Everyone's got this bug.
Everyone's got the bug.
Everyone's been talking about a bug.
But other than that, I'm okay. I'm tickly boo.
Yeah, I was.
How was your weekend?
Yeah, fine.
I'm so trying to avoid football. Yeah, how was your weekend?
No, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, I watched.
See the snooker Masters started. Excited.
No, I watched a lot of FA Cup.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Brighton.
At 7:05, we'll do that.
Yeah, Brighton. Wow. Honestly, what's wrong with you? But we will talk about that later. But no, other than that, some really good games actually in the FA Cup. I really enjoyed it.
The magic was back, wasn't it?
It was back.
I hate that saying because overused. Oh, the magic, but it really was magical for.
There were some unbelievable performances. I mean, Brighton were unbelievable.
Yeah, we'll get to them in a minute. All right, we're saving that for 5 o'clock. Would you believe the big hour? You want to go straight into it? No,
but it's funny though because I know. Just funny. I know it's tough for you, but I've had it so many times when we're talking about England squads, for instance, and you talk about about Henderson.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's hard, isn't it?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Obviously, we know Fletcher's your boy, so
I got it from everywhere over the weekend.
Did you?
Do you know what? When we got beat yesterday, I actually turned my phone off for about an hour. I haven't done that for.
We were coming for it because you.
Let's get it from everyone. Everyone.
Honestly,
no good. We'll talk about
FA Cup exit. Burnley can't beat.
I've got to be honest. The FA Cup's not what it was. Overrated competition.
Here we go. Honestly, you are.
We've got 17 games left of the season. How ridiculous is that? I've heard, by the way.
Sesko, though, looks all right. You take that.
It's a good header.
Imagine if we'd stayed with the bet.
I was devastated about that. That would have been the only shining light. I would have won both bets.
Yeah, probably.
I'd have won both bets.
The top 8, I'm not sure about still. Okay, I still think that's in the balance, but Sesko's certainly at the minute.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? We'll talk about United a bit later on, but we're going to stay with the FA Cup because we're asking the question, did we see the greatest FA Cup shock of all time over the weekend?
Might break Benson's way. Left-footed effort. Oh, he's deflected it in. Buckley Ricketts has made it too. Wow. This stadium is on its feet. It cannot believe what it's just seen. Macclesfield, who 5 years ago didn't even exist as a football club, have knocked the holders out of the FA Cup.
FA Cup shocks can happen. That is an absolute disaster for them.
No explanation, no excuse for the performance we showed. We will change a few things because this is not acceptable for anyone.
Yeah, Macclesfield pulled off what is officially the biggest shock in FA Cup history over the weekend as they knocked out the holders Crystal Palace. Because, I say officially, there is 117 league positions between the two sides and it extends Palace's winless run to now 9 games in all competitions.
Wow.
Now listen, firstly, we take nothing away from Macclesfield. It's what the FA Cup is all about. A game on a horrible surface, if you're a Premier League side used to playing on beautiful surfaces, of course, including Wembley, where Crystal Palace in May last year won the FA Cup. And they're out of competition now. And that's because Macclesfield just did everything a non-league side should be doing when the big heads come to your home ground. They were fantastic from start to finish, well organised.
I mean, the second,
and they looked like they wanted that.
The second goal is everything about the FA Cup, where it's bouncing around like crazy.
Yeah.
And he just sticks his leg out, just tries to get something on it and diverts it.
Great goal, by the way. A lot of people are like, did he mean it? He meant that.
No, he meant to get contact on it, but the goalkeeper's helped him because he's running. I don't know where he's running to.
It took. I thought that was on slow motion when I looked.
Yeah.
The keeper took ages.
And it bounced. But no, do you know what? The reaction is incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I mean, that's what the magic's all about, right? The FA Cup. That there was it in a nutshell.
Yeah. Considering for Palace, they've been in a terrible run of form compared to how good they were at the beginning of the season and at the end of last. How much of a disaster is that for them?
Well, listen, it is when you say disaster, right? They would have been looking to win that for sure, playing against Macclesfield. Palace are not in great form right now, so then you go, okay. Then you throw into the conversation about the pitch being a 4G pitch, which they're not used to playing on as well. And I've played in games like that. If you turn up and your mentality is not 100% where it should be, you can get turned over, regardless of who you play. So when you throw in the factor that, I think the Palace players, they look like a bunch of players that wouldn't have turned up thinking, this would be easy. When you throw into the fact that the conditions, the pitch, the form that they're in the end, it is an upset, but I wouldn't say it's one of the biggest.
What about, we'll get to that in a minute. What about, what's it like? I'm sure you would have been when you were in your pomp and you used to just people running around you getting whatever you need and there's warm dressing rooms and nice coaches and so. Have you been in that scenario when you've been at the top of the tree and you've had to go to a away ground and it's just been awful?
It's awful. And you have to go there with the right mentality, man. First and foremost, you have to start well. Because if you give them even a little inch that they think, do you know what, these are not at it, and they start to get stuck in long balls, the crowd play their part. If you're not at it, they will just run all over you. They'll get that added energy from somewhere, right? Because they're not expected to win. So it's like a free hit. It's always nice if you score early in them games. If Palace score early, first 10, 15 minutes,
over.
It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
Because then all of a sudden, Macclesfield are chasing it, and then you start to move it, and all of a sudden, gaps just appear. But the longer it goes on, it's 0-0. Then they go 1-0 up. Every single header, tackle, shot is cheered like it's a goal. It's so hard.
Everyone's saying it is the greatest ever upset in FA Cup history, and that's because the gap between the two is the biggest it's ever been, 117 league positions. But is it the greatest ever upset? See, I look at upsets in all different rounds. I would say even though it was the final, Wigan beating Man City was a bigger upset. Mate, am I nuts to suggest that?
Do you know why you're not? Right, this was their team that day, Man City's that got beat, right? Joe Hart, international, obviously, England #1. Zabaleta, Company, Natasic, remember him? Matej Natasic, Glau Clichy, David Silva, Yaya, Gareth Barry, Sami Nasri, Aguero, Tevez.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's insane they got beat.
And it's a cup final.
It's a cup final, so I think that's massive. I think that's right up there.
Do you think that's bigger?
I think so. I think in terms of the final, because they played a Palace side who are not in great form. Like a final is completely different. Getting to the final for Wigan is incredible, but to beat Man City and that team, I think is incredible. There's been loads over the years.
I've got some here. I've got Bournemouth beating my mob Man United in '84. Stevenage beating Newcastle 3-1. I mean, you can take your pick here. Some I don't think are as big. Shrewsbury beating Everton in the third round, 2003. I don't think that's bigger. Purely because of the fact that you've got the current cup holders getting knocked out. That's why I think that.
Bradford City beating Chelsea 4-2 was a big one.
Yeah.
At the Bridge.
Plymouth beating Liverpool, that was last season, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was,
Or last year, rather.
Because me and you had a debate about how much of a impact does that have on Liverpool's season.
Yeah, because they did pick a weakened side.
Yeah.
Wrexham beating Arsenal 2-1. Sutton beating Coventry a year after Coventry won the FA Cup. Yeah. And obviously everyone over the age of, 45, 50 would say, what about Hereford, Newcastle?
Ronnie Bradford.
In 1972, yeah. I don't think that was the winner, the Radford goal, by the way.
No, I think it was the first goal.
Yeah. So that's one of the questions we'll be asking. 03717223344. Shall we hear just quickly from the Macclesfield captain and goalscorer Paul Dawson? He was on the Breakfast Show this morning. He was asked when the side started believing they could get through.
We just kind of took it as another game. All the boys were confident. We went in definitely thinking we could win the game. And then before the game, obviously the two captains, so me and Matt Gay and, Franny Jeffers did it. Normally it's a gaffer with me, and their assistant did it. And Franny turned around to Mark and he goes, pitch all right for you? He said, no, not a bit of me, this. And from that moment on, I thought, you know what, there's something here for us. So, it was, I went back in, told the lads, and, we was up for it.
What do you make of that? Is it a conversation that should remain private?
Not really. Why not? I mean, listen, he's buzzing, and rightly so, for the way that they played and to win that game. But of course, you're gonna get those because you turn up. You're not used to playing those conditions. 4G pitches, not used. You don't get that in the Premier League. So,
also, I just think it's something it's just something funny you say when someone says, "What do you make the?" Not for me.
Not for me.
And that's it. It doesn't mean. It probably didn't mean that.
It wouldn't have done. But no, I mean, listen, it's a huge upset in terms of the fact that the distance between the two sides, in terms of their league positions. Macclesfield, obviously, I think a few years back. I don't think they existed in terms of. So yeah, it's massive, but I think you have to put a bit of context on it. It wasn't Macclesfield. Palace are not in great form. The 4G pitch, these are all parts. But I think
you're being a little bit cruel. I think.
No, but Wigan final City.
Yeah, I think that's bigger.
That's crazy.
But a lot of people say, hold on, the gap between Wigan and Man City.
Yeah, true.
Big.
But don't get me wrong. This Macclesfield one is massive because and fair play to them for sticking at it.
Is it the biggest cup upset of all time?
It's a tough one. I'm not sure it's the biggest, but it's certainly up there.
Okay, so I'd say not the biggest.
Yeah, I'd probably say they've been bigger. Yeah.
Okay. You can have your say. I'm sure lots of Macclesfield fans would be picking up the phone, but either way, was it the biggest cup upset of all time? 03717223344. It's how we start today's show. What a tune this is. Don't know, Jack. What a tune. I like this. Driver talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent here. Still to come, we'll be asking where Man United go from here. Can't wait for that. Just quickly, I don't know if you saw this. Barcelona won the Spanish Super Cup, beating Real Madrid 3-2 in Saudi last night. You see it?
No, I didn't see it, but I hope it was incredible.
Rashford coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Nicking a medal.
He's desperate to score, to stay there, isn't he? Every report I read around him is like, oh.
Yeah.
But I think they won him, though. I think it's like 30 million, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he's done well there. But he has done well there. Liverpool's Conor Bradley will miss the rest of the season with a knee injury picked up against Arsenal this week.
Yeah, sad that.
Yeah, we wish him well.
Yeah.
Martinez, disgusting. You're a joke. We are taking your calls 0371 722 3344. The Cup upset at the weekend, Macclesfield beating Cup holders Crystal Palace, 117 places between them. Is it the biggest upset in Cup history? Dan joins us now. Daniel, how are you?
I'm very well, lads. How are you? Great show as always.
Thanks, man. That's very kind. How was your weekend? Was it a good one?
Well, all kids' sport was off and Bradford City game was off. So, yeah, pretty boring, to be fair.
Oh, okay. Wow. What did you do? How did you feel at the time?
What did I do? I actually took my lad yesterday. He plays for Bradford City under 11, so we went to Sheffield Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah, it was good. It was good.
Let me ask you this. Can your lad hear this conversation?
No,
okay.
Sadly not.
Is he good enough?
Well, percentage-wise, probably not. But, yeah, he enjoys it, good. And that's the main thing. He's probably going to get signed for another year, hopefully, so fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed indeed. Right, Dan, what's your view on all things Cup upset?
Well, taking nothing away from Macclesfield, because let's face it, that was a hell of a result, I would say the biggest ever Cup upset, without a shadow of a doubt, it's absolutely in no doubt whatsoever, Benty touched on it, was Bradford away at Chelsea. And I tell you why, if you look at the team they put out, I think because it was away from home, I think home advantage is massive in these things.
Yeah.
The fact we were 2-0 down, to turn that around against a full-blown Chelsea side under Jose Mourinho, that is without a doubt the biggest Cup upset ever.
I mean, it's
a great answer.
I mean, it's a great answer, and I like the conviction in it as well, because he's probably right, to be fair, because you look at that team as well, and I'm going to have a look in a minute, I'll read it out, but it's the one at the weekend is massive, but I do think 4G plays its part, man. It's not a leveler because of the quality in player, but it helps.
I know, but the gap between them, mate, they're non-league.
But Palace never play on 4G.
I know, but how different is a game of football?
A lot.
Is it?
Yeah, a lot. I'm telling you.
It's not a leveler, though, right?
It's not a leveler, but they know how to deal with it more than the Palace. And Palace should still win, no excuses, but still.
Lloyd is a gooner, joins us now. Lloydie?
How you doing? You all right?
I'm great. How are you today?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Great show as always.
Thank you, man. It's very kind. What would you like to say?
Well, Bentley, I think you didn't mention this one about Maidstone beating Ipswich. Hey?
Oh, he left that one off, did he?
Yeah,
that's convenient.
I don't remember that one, no.
Why did you mention that one as an Arsenal fan?
Well, just because it was a big upset, I think, personally.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago, right? 2024, fourth round.
Yeah, that was at Portman Road, no?
Was it Portman Road? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yeah. Have you?
That was quite big from Maidstone.
What makes the big upset? Because I've said Wigan beating Man City, but you got two big teams in the final of the FA Cup, right? So Wigan have won enough games to get there in the first place. So you could argue that's not really a big upset, although I feel it is. What makes this one, in your mind, the biggest one?
Just because I think, when these teams, small teams, non-league teams, can do it. I know that last guy said about Bradford beating Chelsea. Fair enough. That was a big Chelsea side. But I don't know what league were Bradford in then.
I don't know. Benny, do you know?
Yeah.
I still think...
I think they must have been in League 2 or League 1.
Yeah, listen, I think it's a big upset, and I think home advantage is massive. I think when a side goes to, like Bradford goes to Stamford Bridge and gets that result, I mean, I think that's huge. I think that's massive. Now, as I said, home advantage, home fans, the surroundings in terms of the change rooms, the stadium, it's all geared up for the lesser side. But when you can go to a big old stadium like Stamford Bridge or Chelsea, or even with the Wigan one, Wembley, and you go, oh my goodness, and win the game. Wow.
Josh is a Barnsley fan. Hello, Josh.
Hi, lads, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Just finished work, so I'm all happy.
Okay, what do you do?
I'm a manager of a toy shop.
Of a toy shop?
Yeah.
Oh, so you get loads of screaming kids coming in every day, driving you insane.
Exactly.
Have you ever had a kid nick anything without knowing?
Oh, yeah, every day. Nearly every day it happens.
You don't. Do you ever get... What I meant by that was, do you ever get, like, the grown-up shoving it in the pushchair and then pretending he didn't know his kid picked it up?
Yeah, of a certain person, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll move on from there, just in case we get that certain person in trouble. Josh, we're talking about big Cup upsets. I'm guessing, as I said, you're a Barnsley fan. I'm guessing you're going to talk about that crazy run Barnsley had.
Yeah, it ties in a little bit with tonight. They beat Liverpool that season, but they also beat Chelsea as well. So they bet two of the biggest sides in Europe at the time.
Yeah.
Just beating up by little old Barnsley.
That was some time ago, right?
Yeah, 2008.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we don't have a lot to cling on to as Barnsley fans.
You had a terrible season in the Championship as well, right? Did you go down that year?
No, I don't think we did we?
You didn't. You finished really low in it. I seem to remember you either there or thereabouts.
That's just normal.
How do you think you'll get on tonight? Obviously, that game live on talkSPORT, Liverpool Barnsley. How do you think? Because you've been quite poor recently.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be a win. I think it'll be an heavy loss, to be fair. Looking at 10-1 again, are we?
Oh, don't say that. I don't think it'll be quite 10-1. Thanks for your call. Let's take one more.
I think this was the team, Chelsea. I mean, trying to find it. So Czech, Christensen, Zuma,
when
Cahill.
Barnsley beat them?
When Bradford beat them 4-2. Right. Was it Bradford or Barnford? Bradford, wasn't it? 4-2.
He was talking about Barnsley.
No, I'm talking about what we saw earlier.
Okay, yeah.
Was Czech, Christensen, Zuma, Cahill, Aspilicueta, Ramirez, Mikel, Remy, Oscar, Salah, Drogba.
That's nuts, isn't it? Salah was in that team, isn't he? Michael joins us. He's a Hereford fan. Hello, Michael.
How you doing? You right?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good.
You're not old enough to remember the Hereford-Newcastle one, surely?
No, not quite. But I'd like to put my view across in respects that in years ago, the teams were limited on size to, 12 to 15 players. That was their squad. So Newcastle took that team down to Hereford and obviously ended up losing. But nowadays they can rest players and move players around, whereas you couldn't do that years ago because you didn't have that squad of that size. So greatest upset for me is Hereford beating Newcastle.
Okay. Does that game in its entirety exist? Have you ever watched it all from start to finish?
I actually have.
Okay, and I've never seen it. I've only seen the goals. Is it all one-way traffic? Were you lucky? Were you holding on at the end?
A little bit lucky, yeah. Yeah, but obviously, it did the first round, and then there was a replay, and but no.
Okay, and the Ronnie Radford goal wasn't the winner, right? It was the first goal.
No, it wasn't. I will say it made John Motson though.
Yeah, it was an absolute screamer, wasn't it? It really was.
Yeah, that Ronnie Radford goal's a joke.
Yeah, it was. And just the way he celebrated.
I mean, the pitch is horrible as well, isn't it?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, pitch. All like that though. Pitches back then, weren't they? Did you ever play on pitches like that? Or was that after you?
That was after me.
Sorry, that was before you. Or after that. You never played on a.
I mean, by the way, he don't half hit it first time like crack. It bobbles up nicely.
You've got it on your screen. I can't see it, but the crowd are literally right by the sidelines.
I mean, it bobbles up, bang!
Yeah.
What a goal!
All right, Anna Brazil. Still to come, we'll bring you the FA Cup fourth round draw live. Overrated the competition. Don't really care about that. First, so it's time for no googling. We want to know in terms of league position, what's the biggest ever gap between two teams in an FA Cup tie?
Wow,
that's good. Right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you the amount of spaces between them. You've just got to tell me the two teams, all right? So the gap between them was 161 places.
Right.
Who were the two teams?
Was it recently? Ish.
Yeah, I don't want you to say the answer to the ultimate question. Okay. Show me the letters of the big team you think were involved. Yeah, you got it. You're annoying sometimes. The answer to that and loads more coming up live and drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein, and the ledge that is Darren Bent.
We're expecting Man United to make a call on their new interim manager today. Michael Carrick has emerged as favourite over Solskjaer, and Man United correspondent at The Sun, Sam Luckhurst, says Amorim's unexpected falling out with director Jason Wilcox led to the club going for another former player as caretaker.
Which is a concept that I think quite a lot of United supporters don't care for. They're not supportive of it. They feel as though the hierarchy are probably the ones to blame.
Macclesfield captain Paul Dawson has told us a pre-match chat with Mark Gahey gave him faith that Palace were beatable.
Pitch all right for you, said, no, not a bit of me, this. That moment I thought, you know what, there's something here for us. So, yeah, it was, I went back in, told the lads, and, yeah, we was up for it.
Well, the non-leaguers will find out their fourth-round opponents later. Now, save of the season from Hearts' Craig Gordon, or was it better than that?
You could get carried away, and I'm getting carried away, but it's a kind of similar to one to Banks' header from Jorginho, you know, I mean, which is one of the greatest saves we've seen of all time. It's similar, opposite side. He goes down and plucks out with his left hand. It's an absolutely tremendous save.
Ali McCoy says the 43-year-old Gordon could well make Scotland's World Cup squad. Hearts hung on for the win at Dundee to stay 3 points clear at the top of the Scottish Premiership.
Explosion. I know this one, DB. I played when I'm at the gym. I can tell you that.
Explosive.
Oh, my name, bam,
Dr. Dre.
That's it, yeah. That's it. Right, before the break, I asked a great question. In terms of league position, what's the biggest ever gap between two teams in FA Cup tie? I did tell it's 161 places.
It was Tottenham Marine, right?
Tottenham Marine. What year was that, DB?
Oh, that would have been 2021.
Right, it's three points on offer. You've just got a point.
Yeah.
Point number 2. What tier of football were Marine in at the time?
Oh my goodness, like tier 3?
The 8th? No, tier 3 would be...
Oh, no, I meant like from the... Yeah.
Oh, 3, no, that'd be 7.
Yeah.
8th. And what was the score for a bonus point?
Was it 6-1?
5-0, so the gap was 5.
What's the name? Scored the hat-trick. The striker, Vinicius? Not Vinicius.
No, not Vinicius.
No, the guy he was at Fulham as well. He scored a hat-trick and he celebrated like Mbappe when he scored against Marine.
Who? Oh, yeah, what was that?
Carlos Vinicius? It's something like that, I'm telling you.
Is it Carlos Vinicius?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scored celebrated like Mbappe.
He did,
The Marine fans. Cheek of him. Honestly.
That's so good, isn't it? Still to come, we'll be asking if Macclesfield pulled off the greatest FA Cup upset. We've done that bit. Right, let's turn our attention to a bit of boxing. Oh, my word. Britain's Dalton Smith is the new WBC light welterweight champion of the world after a brilliant stoppage at the weekend in New York. Oh. Let's get more on this now as we're joined by the CEO of Matchroom Boxing. Smudger joins us, Frank Smith. Frank, good evening to you.
How are you, mate?
I am very well. I'm very well indeed. Thanks so much for coming on. I was going to ask, have you got a smile on your face because you know you're talking to me and Benty, but probably the answer to that question is because of the fact you've got a new champion of the world on your books. What an unbelievable night of boxing that was.
Unbelievable. Look, that is a good big reason for my spy always being on here with you two. So that is one of the reasons. But yeah, unbelievable night. I said, for some reason, I've been in boxing for 15 years. It was up there with one of the best I've ever had. I think when you work with a fighter from debut all the way through and you go on this journey, and especially in a night like that where the odds were really stacked against him, it was a real test against someone, a guy in the division that no one wanted to fight. So yeah, to get a win in style like that, going across to New York, coming back with the belts, it was a special night.
Frank, it was definitely a statement victory as well, because the knockout is brutal. I know it's not one punch, it's almost like 4 or 5 ways, completely knocking him all around the ring. Do you think that sends out a real clear message in terms of he's the best in the division?
Look, 100%. When you go in there and you fight a guy in that style, in the style that everyone's sitting there thinking, what's he doing really? But he showed the balls that he's got to go in there and fight like that against him. And it puts him in the position of the division where everyone's going to be calling out his name. Everyone's going to want that fight now against Dalton Smith because he's just coming off the back of the biggest win in the division.
Hand on heart, Frank, when you were going into this fight, what did you realistically and honestly think the outcome will be? I'm guessing you're going to back your guy, but certainly not as quick and in the manner in which he did it.
I think when you look at the start, again, it goes back to the style of the fight he went into. I think the first round, he had a great opening round. Yeah. And then Matias had him started, having him fighting in his style and making it a war. And the pace they were fighting at, fighting at that pace, they were both tired as they were getting into that round because of the pace and the number of punches that were being thrown. So I think at that point, when it started moving into that style, Matias, that's what he does. And it was a dangerous game to play. But Dalton Smith showed that he's got the heart, the grit and everything to go in there and beat him at his own game. A lot of people, Dalton's a tremendous boxer, but at the same time, he showed he's got the fight in him as well as being a tremendous boxer.
Do you think it's even more impressive considering he got cut in the fourth? Because when you obviously get a cut of your left eye, you're thinking, right, that's going to be a target area. So to deal with that and then to, as you said there, to finish him off in the way that he did, that's equally as impressive.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, look, as much as we'd stepped Dalton up through the ranks over the years and built him at the right pace, he's been in there, he's won every title. He's won the British, the Commonwealth, the English, the European title. Matias was a big step up. I remember when he fought Zepeda a few fights ago, that was a fight where many people thought this is a step too soon for him. And people thought that in this fight, but to get the cut the way he did, like you say, and come through the fight, even after that. Yeah, but he's been there before. He's been in fights before where he's had cuts. And I think, experience is everything in this sport. And he showed that he deserves to be at the highest level.
There was a moment where this fight was in doubt. That was after Matias, he tested positive for a banned substance. I think that was November, certainly towards the end of the year. Ultimately, the fight, of course, was allowed to go ahead. Does that make the win a bit sweeter from your perspective, Frank?
Yeah, for sure. Look, he obviously failed a test, I believe, for Osterine. But the New York State Athletic Commission, WBC, allowed it to go on. It was under the limits, and Dalton was never going to lose his opportunity to fight for the WBC world title. So he was very much set on going in there and beating him at his own game. So yeah, it does make it sweeter, of course, because there was a lot up against him in that fight on Saturday night.
So I guess the obvious question then is what next? And could that what next be Adam Azim?
Look, Dalton, like I keep saying, Dalton's put himself in a position when you look at the fights coming up later this month with the likes of Teofimo Lopez against Shakur Stevenson, they're that's where Dalton Smith is now. He's world champion. And this is nothing against Adam Azim. I like Adam Azim as a person. I think he's a very good fighter, but he's not at Dalton Smith's level. The fight was there to be made, a year or so ago. And Dalton wasn't the one who turned away from that fight. It was Adam Azim. So I think Adam Azim has got to go on his own path, his own journey. He's miles behind Dalton Smith right now. I don't think he's even should be spoken about on the level of Dalton Smith because he hasn't done what Dalton's done. But he's he's much younger and he's got time to keep working through that. But right now, Dalton's on his own path and he's going to be involved in the biggest fights in the sport and unification fights against all the big names.
Adam Azim, of course, looked after by Ben Shalom. I know you're really good mates and very close to Ben Shalom.
Yeah, very good. Very good friend of mine.
Have you two spoken at all since this fight at the weekend?
No. I don't go out my way to have conversations with him. But look, I kind of think, and we've had this before, where Dalton has been stepping up the levels and stepping up the ranks of the sport and tested himself at the highest levels. Adam hasn't done that yet. And that's not Adam Azim's fault. And again, I go back to the point, he's a brilliant fighter, but Dalton's on his own path now. He's not sitting around looking for Adam Azim. You know, people are going to ask questions about Adam Azim, of course. But that fight could have happened a year or 18 months ago. And it didn't knock through the thought of Dalton. So now we're on his own journey. We're going to keep doing what our plans are, which is to become unified champion, you know, and hopefully a big fight at Hillsborough as well.
Frank, why do you think he didn't want to fight Adam Azim?
Because I don't think it was, look, a lot of the time I think with fighters, it's not the fighters. I think fighters would fight anyone. I think it's the team around him. And I think, quite honestly, the team around Adam Azim knew he wasn't ready for that fight. And no, he isn't ready for that fight. You know, and it's not the right fight for him next. And you also have to look at, he's the only fighter boxer have got left with any remote value. So the reality is they don't want to risk that of him getting beat, which, you know, Dalton's a huge favourite in that fight. So when it came to purse bids, and they also didn't want to lose the fight to another platform and another broadcaster, you know. So when they had their deal, they didn't want the risk of us winning a purse bid. They're my views, but I don't think it was ever Adam Azim not wanting to fight. I think fighters always want to take fights for the most part.
Is he a boxer you've looked at before and would enjoy representing? I know he's with someone at the moment, but...
Look, as I said, I think he's a tremendous fighter. I think he's got a lot of talent. But I think as well, when you've got rivalries like this in the sport, like we've got with a potential Dalton fight down the road, we've been with Dalton since his professional debut. We've had 19 fights together. We've been on this journey, which makes it even sweeter. And I think to represent, you know, to go and then represent someone that everyone's talking about a fight down the line with, we're 100% behind Dalton Smith,
okay,
and that's our focus.
Frank, let me ask you a question. I know you won't be able to answer this with actual numbers, but I'm just curious, percentage terms, how different is a purse to a world champion defending his title for the first time compared to when he's going into the ring to try and become world champion?
It all depends on the different commercial value of each fight. You know, so if the opponent, it's every fight has its own value. But obviously, he's now going to be in a position as a world champion, demanding even more because he put himself in the position, especially off the back of a result and the way he delivered the performance.
Okay, and there's no rematch in this fight. He's going to move on, right?
Yeah, no rematch. It was a mandatory with the WBC, so there's no rematch obligation there.
Frank, listen, before I let you go, I have to ask you about Anthony Joshua. I'm just curious, have you heard from him since that terrible car accident? Do you have any idea what the future holds? How is he? Is he okay? Is his friends and family okay?
Look, obviously it was a terrible situation that he's been through, and thoughts with all the families, you know, of those affected. You know, Sina and Lax were amazing people I've known for 12, 13 years, you know, since we signed Anthony, and they've always been in his corner, always been in his team and around him all the time, you know. So it was a very hard situation for everyone, and you know, I think Anthony will need his time, and right now isn't a time of what's next or what the plans are. It's all about, you know, giving people their time before those questions come round. But you know, look, time is gonna take time, and I think that's the key. And you know, there's a lot of questions about what's next, but I don't think it's the right conversation to be having right now, because really it's unimportant in the grand scheme of things.
Frank, listen, thanks for coming on. Before I let you go, I'm curious, any news about Series 2 of your Matchroom Netflix show? I know the first one did extremely well.
It was great. I think they're going to do a spin-off just on me. I think they felt Eddie took up too much time on the camera.
You know what you should get, Frank?
You know.
You should get, without Eddie knowing, a massive picture, like a portrait of you without your top on, put it at the top of the stairs.
Not right now, mate. Give me a few months. I'm not looking great without my top on after the Christmas period.
Is Barry's one still up there?
Yeah, it is, and it's freakishly scary every time you go up the stairs. He's just staring down at you, you know, with his top off, which makes it even weirder.
and more like Barry as well. Frank, listen, we always love having you on the show. Thanks for your time, pal. Give my love to everyone. We'll speak to you in a bit.
Cheers, guys. Thanks,
man. There you go. I'll tell you what, you and I were watching a repeat of that knockout from Dalton Smith.
Bang,
it was just... It was horrible,
you
right?
know, when you see someone's neck keep snapping back, that's all that was happening.
Just got him. Imagine what that feeling's like for a boxer, knowing your opponent. You've like jab, and you just see him and you know he's gone. You've got a couple of jabs.
Here we go. Yeah.
Good work. Thank you, as always, Matchroom Boxing and Frank Smith. From 5 o'clock, we will be talking about Manchester United. What next? I think talkSPORT understands, but Goldstein understands that Carrick is the new manager.
Right? I mean, that's been bouncing around everywhere. So
well, Goldstein, I'm going to confirm that now. All right. I've done it before a couple of times. I've been bang on the money.
Have you?
Yeah, a couple of times. So Goldstein understands that Michael Carrick will be the next interim manager.
I mean, as I said, it's bouncing around all the news outlets, so yeah.
All right, but no one's confirmed it.
Yeah, they have.
Goldstein's confirmed
No,
it.
Crookie confirmed it.
No, he hasn't confirmed it. It's not, well, can you find it anywhere?
Yeah.
It's nowhere. Goldstein confirms it. So from 5 o'clock, we'll be taking your calls, Man United fans.
I really hope he doesn't know.
What's happening, Man United? Where do we go from here? I mean, the club's on its knees.
That's some good Anzo.
Oh, shut up. 03717223344. You can have your call on all things United from 5. If you dial in now, we take details and we'll call you back. More coming up from me and Benny Wright. Driving talkSPORT, me Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is here. Still to come, we'll be asking if Thomas Frank, he's finished at Spurs.
Wow.
That's a big conversation to be had.
Extremely.
Just quickly, Michael Carrick has reportedly moved ahead of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the race to become Man United interim manager.
I wonder where that's come from.
Goldstein understands that's done. That's done. Trust me.
I don't know.
I've got a couple of things bang on the money before in the past. This is going to be the third one.
Yeah, but it's not hard, that one, because everyone's...
I've claimed it before anyone.
No, but everyone has reported
48 hours, not Goldstein news.
No, you told me now. You told me now.
Yeah.
And I heard it yesterday. That Carrick was the front runner.
I'm confirming it. I know that you're saying front runner. I'm confirming it.
Yeah, but my point is, if they confirm it now, it's still done. It's out there.
I'm confirming it. I've just read talkSPORT, right? talkSPORT, Michael Carrick is reportedly moved ahead. I've already going to say Goldstein's confirming it. All right? You heard it. Well, you can still bet on it. So that tells you that it's not been announced. Don't bet on it just because I said so, by the way. Eddie Howe's criticised a rule change that will allow Semenyo to play for Man City in the Carabao Cup semi-final against Newcastle, despite already appearing for Bournemouth in the competition this season.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
How's that? Did you know that?
No.
That shouldn't happen.
No.
I don't like that. Right, time now to take a look at the latest transfer rumours, thanks to our friends at Intuit QuickBooks.
Transfer window. Breaking news on talkSPORT with Intuit QuickBooks. Tackle your self-assessment with Intuit QuickBooks. Search QuickBooks to find out more.
Right, let's start with a word on Lucas Paqueta, or Paqueta, no one really knows, because he asked not to play for West Ham against QPR in the FA Cup over the weekend because he wants to join Flamengo this month. If a player refuses to play, you dock him his wages, right?
Yeah, I mean, something can be done, for sure. But, I mean...
That's very bizarre,
Do you know, it's poor, because...
Isn't it?
Like, him in the summer, he scored a goal. I can't remember who it was against. And he was doing the whole celebration like, I'm not going anywhere. He put the phone symbol to his ear, put it down, saying, no, I don't want it, I'm staying here. And it's almost like the fight's become too much for him. And he's gone, do you know what? Forget this, I need to get out of here. So, and by the way, his performances haven't been great either. Because we know he's better than what he's showing at the minute, but it looks like he's given up on the fight. But I always think to myself, he's itching for a move to go to Flamengo to get out of here. Okay, he wants to go back to Brazil. That's fair enough. If this move doesn't happen, those West Ham fans are going to be like, well, you're not committed to us.
No.
So he's got
to get out.
He has to get the move now. Yeah. He has to.
I don't think there'll be any tears lost over this one for West Ham fans.
No, but I mean, listen, he's a good player and he has been good for West Ham. But when they need him the most, which is now with this fight,
can't do that.
He can't just come out and go, do you know what? Nah, enough's enough.
Right, let's move on to Atletico Madrid's Conor Gallagher. Aston Villa in talks to sign the midfielder, but he also has interest from Spurs. Atletico want reportedly £35 million for him. We were in for him at one stage. How highly do you rate him?
I do rate him really highly. I'm surprised. I know he's been there. This is his second season. That they want rid of him so quickly.
Yeah, I don't get that.
No, me neither. But he's a good player. I mean, he's had good spells at Chelsea. Certainly the last year that he was there, he was good at Palace.
How old is he?
Yeah, Conor Gallagher right now. He's 25.
Is that all he is?
That's all he is, man. So
that is a bargain.
Yeah. So if Villa are going to get him, I mean, I'm shocked other teams are not in for him. But he's a good player. You know what you're getting. He's an international. He looks like a good lad.
Would you have him? I know he doesn't start for you.
Oh, but in and around
I think he'd be an unbelievable player.
Yeah.
I mean, he needs to play first team football every week.
Don't get me wrong, we've got strength and depth in there, but adding him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I say that, but then there's got Wanyeri played midfield yesterday. So, but either way, for Villa, Conor Gallagher, I think that's a brilliant signing because I'm a big fan of his.
Where I can't ask where would you rather go because there's no way you're going Spurs over Villa at the moment. But you're going to get more game time where Tottenham, you're going to be regular every single week, right?
Yeah, no, I get it. But I look at that club and I think to myself that the fans at the minute are not happy. They're hard to please. Not happy with the manager. There's not a real feel-good factor around that football club at all. And look at Villa. Everything seems to be pointing in the right direction. Yeah. And I think he's got the right attitude to go to Aston Villa. And he might not start straight away, but once he gets himself in there, then it's almost like, okay, you can't drop me now. So I think Aston Villa would be the right move for him.
In his position, and it's probably a bit too late as well for him to have a chance of making that World Cup squad.
I mean, if he has an unbelievable run from now to the end of the season, then he gives himself a chance. But with so strength and depth in the middle of the park,
you wanted to put an ED on strength and depth.
Well, he's a like an 8, isn't he? So he's up against what?
Well, Declan.
Obviously, Declan Rice.
Maybe
Jude can play an 8.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why he can't, but there is a lot. But if he goes in there, Villa day one starts playing well.
Yeah, I can see him in that Villa team.
Yeah. I think he's a good sign.
Let's stay with him because they are apparently interested in bringing Tammy Abraham back to the Premier League, currently on loan from Roma to Besiktas. Has scored 12 goals in all comps this season. Hasn't played in England since leaving Chelsea in 2021. Is this the sort of signing Villa need if they're going to try and get that top 4 spot?
Well, do you know what? He had a season there on loan, didn't he? And he was brilliant for Villa.
Yeah.
20 in the champ, 26 goals he scored for them in 40 games. Was absolutely brilliant for Villa. and that was in 2018-19. He's someone who knows the Premier League, has scored goals for Chelsea, scored goals. He knows what he's doing. Spent a bit of time away from the Premier League. I mean, he's still a player. I still think there's a player there. He's 28 years old. He should be in his pomp, but it's just back up for Watkins, man.
Yeah.
Just you can't. I know Mallon's played well, but if you was to get him in as well and Conor Gallagher, those are two experienced, good additions to the squad.
They're great signings for January, the push.
Yes. Yeah.
A quick word about a player that you've got, your Ben White, linked to Everton. Their right back area is a bit of a problem for them. He's only played 5 times in the league this season.
Yeah, no, he's not going anywhere. Arsenal need him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's the end of that, right? You poo-pooed it straight away.
Arsenal
You're
need
not having it, are you?
No, but if Arsenal want to compete on all fronts this season, you need a squad. Timber can't play.
If he wants to go, if he wants first team football.
No, but I think surely he'd want to stay at Arsenal. And yes, I know he's not played many minutes, but he wants to potentially at the end of the season, hopefully, he has some kind of medal to show for it.
Yeah.
So, no, he's too vital to Arsenal to go anywhere.
Okay. Can you clear the switchboard, please, people behind the glass? Because when we come back, we're going to need every single space. Because
talk about Darren Fletcher's Man United.
Why are you having a pop at Darren Fletcher?
I said, is Man United?
Yeah, but the way you said it, it's like arrogance in your voice.
Arrogance?
Yeah.
Burnley and Brighton. Arrogance.
Oh, sorry, we're going to smash Liverpool 3-1 at home. Arrogance.
Oh, point. Oh, hold on. It's impossible for us not to beat Wolves, is what you said.
I said lose.
No, you didn't.
And I was bang on the money. Man United chat is where it's at right after this. Coming over here, say what's happening to Man United. 03717 223344. I understand that Michael Carrick is taking over to the end of the season. What do you make of that, United fans? That's where we go right after this. The number again is 03717 223344. Dial that. You can have your say next live and drive on talkSPORT.
Dear Kitman, we see you, we appreciate your work. While some fans reckon it's just hanging up shirts in dressing rooms, we know it's so much more. A football team's kit is its identity, its uniform, what sets it out from the rest. But it doesn't clean itself. That's not just the shirts, it's the shorts, the socks, the training gear, the boots, the other bits we sort out behind closed doors. Who's the one digging around in that smelly, stinky laundry basket at full time? Yeah, it's the kit man. They have a lot to work on in a week, from laundry, fixing damaged kit, repairing holes, cleaning boots. Then they pack the van and take everything they need off to the stadium, ready for game day. They don't get a lot of help when they get in the ground too. Kitmen are the ones unloading a full squad's worth of boots, kit, medical bags, and all the bits the players and coaches will need between the start of the day and switching off the floodlights at the end of the day. First thing they do is organise each player's kit, make it easily accessible in order to avoid any dramas on match day. Once everything's in the right place, it's into the dressing room, lay everything out, put players' nameplates on the right locker, all the things you don't even think about on a match day. Once the players arrive, if anything needs doing, they call the kit man. In the meantime, it's on the kit man to help set up for the warm-up. The coaches don't always have time to lay out all the cones and put the balls in those weird triangle piles you see. As the warm-up is underway, the kit man then becomes a glorified ball boy, chasing stray shots and passes, making sure they aren't lost in the crowds. They eventually do the tidying up too, getting everything off the pitch before kick-off and assist the ground staff with any last-minute things they may need. After that, it's last call for the players. Then, at kick-off, they can breathe a sigh of relief for a few minutes, sit back and watch the game, enjoy the fruits of their labour. At half-time, check everyone's okay and everything's as it should be, and then wait for full-time. Once the final whistle's gone, it's time to pack everything down, get the stuff that needs to be washed in the laundry, pack up the van, back to the training ground, and ready to do it again next week. Of course, each club differs, and different staff members will have different responsibilities, but we pay tribute to all of those who do it, whether it's the glitz and glamour of the Premier League or a cold Tuesday night in Stoke.
Welcome back to hour number... What? Were you saying? Shut your face, you. Hour number 2 of Drive and talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein. Mr. Interrupter over there, Darren Bent.
Mate, I've never seen a bone of a T-Rex.
We should go to the Natural History Museum, see loads of them. Right, Man United crashed out the FA Cup after losing at home to Brighton yesterday. Overrated competition anyway. But did the ref really need to send Shea Lacey off? Did he? Disgusting behaviour.
Honestly.
He has it 25 yards out, he feeds it into Welbeck, left-footed, smashes it in the top corner, and the former Manchester United man, Danny Welbeck, might just have knocked Manchester United out of the FA Cup. Lacey on halfway, needs to control it, didn't quite manage, but he's conceded a throw, and I think he thought he'd won the throw-in. Oh, he bounces the ball, now he's being booked there, so he's got to be careful, the young fella.
I think the referee might do it.
He's going to book him, he's going to send him off.
He's definitely being silly from the point of view of his exuberance, but you can see the crowd react. As daft as it is, you can make an impression in different ways.
Honestly. Yeah, Man United will play just 40 games this season. A lot of games, though. After being knocked out of yet, I was trying to put a spin on that, but I can't even think of one. Knocked out of yet another cup competition at the first hurdle. Although, it's not necessarily true, is it? It's the third hurdle, isn't it? The third round.
Okay, your first came in it.
Grimsby was the second hurdle.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about Grimsby.
That means it will be Man United's shortest season since the 1914-15 campaign.
Make sure you say it right. 1914.
I said that. I said that. Well, there were no cup games due to the tiny matter of the First World War. Interim gaffer Darren Fletcher spoke to talkSPORT after the game, and he said that they still have a lot to play for.
Well, obviously we're at the Cups. I still think this squad's good enough to qualify in the Champions League places. There's still a lot of the season left to play in the Premier League, but they have to come together, and the players are going to have to take responsibility. And I know they care, and I know there's a lot of good lads in there, but for the rest of this season, they can't waste this season for me. So short term, they are good enough to qualify in a Champions League place, but they're going to have to come together and do it themselves.
Firstly, well done, Darren Fletcher, for for taking over the reins for a couple of games. Good.
How would you assess it? Give me I want ABC. 10. No, it wouldn't.
I would because impossible task. You've asked me a question, I've answered it.
No, I'm not having a serious conversation with you about this because you couldn't beat Burnley and you...
Well, let me tell you now. His loss ratio is better than most Man United managers. Only lost one.
Listen.
Lost no league games.
You couldn't beat Burnley.
Lost no league games.
And you got beat at home by Brighton. I mean, you got... I know you're making that, but be honest, right? There's been no improvement, has there?
What are you talking about? You see how bad we were?
Oh, I'm saying how bad you are now.
Mate, if we play 18 months of back three and then all of a sudden you go back four, people are like, I don't know what to do.
Hold on. You were the one on this come on the show.
I want back four. I want back four.
Screaming, get back. When we get to 4, that's when we're good. You wanted to see Mainu. You've seen him.
Yeah.
So what impact?
I like Kobe Mainu.
No, what impact have you seen?
Good passer of the ball, man.
No, what impact have you seen?
Good passer.
If this is Arsenal, you'd be honestly.
Hey, what do you expect from us at the moment?
No. If this is
I tell you the problem is you're shouting at me because you know my vocal cords are damaged at the moment.
And the guy in charge is my mate. Oh, you be at me. You hammered me for ages about Jordan Henderson playing. So, listen,
I think you're being nasty.
Tell the truth. There's been no improvement, has there?
Yeah, there has been improvement. The attitude. Yeah, I've seen young kids, Shea Lacey coming through. Didn't see that under Ruben Amorim, didn't he?
Attitude.
Off counties, £12 million.
Sorry. Attitude.
Yeah.
Got himself sent off.
I know, but he shouldn't have been sent off. Referee's an idiot.
Just see, honestly.
Bit of common sense coming into that one. He's a young kid. He should have gone, oi, come here. Listen.
No.
You're new to the game. Don't do that.
No, rules are rules.
No, maybe there shouldn't be sometimes.
Honestly, you are so blinkered.
Let's get to the blinkered. Let's go. Before the break, I announced that Andy Goldstein understands that Michael Carrick is the new Man United manager. It's not broken yet. In fact, I posted that this morning on social media about 10 a.m. So 7 hours ago. Let's get more on that with talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook, who joins us. Crookie.
Good evening, boys. You're ahead of the game as always, Andy.
Oh, well, it looks like you're just coming to the end of your taxi shift.
I am in the car. Yeah, I've just picked my lad up from a school football match. So, yeah, I'm doing my Harry Redknapp impression tonight while wearing Oliver Glasner's coat.
Okay, well, listen, Goldstein understands that it's Carrick. What does talkSPORT and Crookie understand?
Yeah, we actually reported late last night on talkSPORT that Michael Carrick was now seen as a strong contender for the job. Obviously, at one stage in the middle of last week, it looked like that man to take charge until the end of the season would be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but looks like he's out the running. Nothing is signed and sealed as yet. I know there have been advanced negotiations between Carrick and the hierarchy today. I would expect it all to be rubber stamped tomorrow because bizarrely, despite the fact they got dumped out of the FA Cup on Sunday, and I can't get my head around this, the Manchester United players have got 2 days off from training now, so they don't train again until Wednesday. We expect Carrick to take that session. And I'm intrigued to see his backroom team. That is part of the conversation that is going on at the moment. I wonder if Darren Fletcher will be kept on in some capacity at first team level. And there's talk of Jonathan Woodgate as well, who was Carrick's assistant at Middlesbrough. I know the two are very close, that he might come in as well. So I think those are the things that are being rubber stamped. But it will be Carrick until the end of the season. And I think like you, Andy, out of the two, that makes more sense to me. Ollie's been there, got the T-shirt, didn't end very well for him. I thought Carrick in his 3-game spell as interim, 1-2, drew the other, beat Benty's Arsenal in that run, did very well. And I think he did a good job at Borough as well, considering they were 21st in the table when he took over. He led them to 4th that season. They made the playoffs. Then they finished 8th, just missed out, and 10th in his last season. But they did sell their top goal scorer that January. So I think this is a sensible appointment. Do I think necessarily it's going to guarantee Manchester United European football? I'm not sure, because you look at the squad, you look at the performance against Brighton. I think Michael Carrick needs to be a bit of a miracle worker, to be honest.
Crook, you said it there, and you made some good points about why Carrick maybe has been chosen ahead of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But what do you think prompted them to do that? Because for such a long time, it was Ole. I think some Man United fans, not all, were getting, okay, I can understand it, bring Ole back. Why do you think all of a sudden they've gone a different direction and gone, right, let's go Michael Carrick?
Well, I think there's a variety of reasons. United would say that Solskjaer was never the front runner. I think at one stage he certainly felt that he was, and I wonder if the fact his camp were briefing to that effect counted against him. He also made it clear, I understand, during conversations that if he did well between now and the end of the season, then he would have wanted to be considered for the permanent job, and that left some at board level feeling a bit uneasy because clearly they want a bigger name in the summer. There's the likes of Carlo Ancelotti, Thomas Tuchel, Maurizio Pochettino, all international managers who could be available after the World Cup. We know that Oliver Glasner's contract at Palace is coming to an end. It doesn't look like he is going to sign. Could be a similar situation with Andoni Iraola. So there'll be more options in the summer. But I think they've made it clear to both Carrick and Solskjaer this is very much a caretaker appointment. There was a bit of backlash in the media as well. I saw a lot of pieces from journalists who cover Manchester United regularly suggesting this wouldn't be a great idea to bring Ollie back. Maybe the board have read some of those and had second thoughts. And also we're being told that actually Sir Alex Ferguson of the two, and we know he still carries a lot of weight around the corridors of power at Old Trafford, he favoured Michael Carrick, so maybe that was a factor as well.
Quickly, just before we let you go, there's 29 days of the transfer? No, 19 days, I'm going mad, of the transfer window left. I'm guessing with uncertainty and no stability whatsoever at the club that it's almost impossible for any new players to come in.
Yeah, I don't know if you agree with me on this, but I've been quite vocal on the All Access podcast. I think in many ways that's another attraction with Ineos when it comes to appointing a caretaker manager, because they can legitimately turn around and say, well, we couldn't really strengthen in January because we didn't know who the long-term manager was going to be. So it basically gives them the excuse to write this window off. And we know that Sir Jim Ratcliffe doesn't need an excuse to cost cut. Take Conor Gallagher, for example. Looks like he's probably going to go to Aston Villa if anywhere negotiations advance between Villa and Atleti over a potential loan deal with an option stroke obligation to buy. He's a player who I think could really come and improve that Manchester United midfield, but he's not going to go to United when he doesn't know who the manager's going to be come the end of the season.
And also £35 million, an absolute bargain for a player so young. Cookie, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming on. We'll speak to you in a bit. Have a safe journey.
Cheers, Crooks.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks, man. There you go. Alex Crook has confirmed what I was saying earlier on, that Michael Carrick looks like he's going to be the new Man United manager.
Happy with that?
Am I happy with
I mean, listen, let's be honest. It hasn't been great for Fletcher, has it?
It was impossible.
Honestly, you sound blinkered. You're the worst. If this had been Arsenal, anyone else?
I'm serious. Sorry,
I've written down a few points as well because.
Why don't you let me answer your question?
Because first of all,
you're gonna make me shout and then my vocal cords will go.
Could beat Burnley, got beat by Brian. Fair enough. But even with the lacy red card, you said, referee's fault.
No, the lacy red card I'm playing with.
Okay, thank you. Because people are saying, because you know our listener are the best listeners in the world, saying when Palace broke the rules in terms of the European football, that you were saying Palace should be kicked out. But rules are rules, you said.
Yeah.
You said under nines football, red card.
Everyone calm down.
So he should have been sent off.
Let me ask you all.
No, you should have been red card.
Yeah, sadly, yeah. If you're going by the rules, I would like to see a bit of common sense.
See, honestly, no common sense. Palace though, under nine football.
Yeah, but they broke footballing rules.
So did Lacey.
I know, but I'm not saying he should have stayed on. I'm just what I'm saying is, I think you can understand what I'm saying. Is wouldn't it be nice if a little bit of common sense prevailed?
Rules are rules, mate.
I know. In a situation where you get a young kid, I didn't think the first was a yellow card, and you can just see his frustration, and he throws the ball away, which you can't do. That rule should be changed, which you can't do. So rightly, he was sent off. But what I'm saying is, wouldn't it be nice if the referee just stepped in and went, listen.
Nah, rules are rules, mate.
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
No, I know what you're saying. Bit of common sense, but referees don't like.
Would you like to see common sense?
I would like to see it.
Okay, well, there you go. We agree. Let's answer your question about Darren Fletcher. I think it's an impossible job coming in after the rubbish that Ruben Amorim's left. And so, what do you expect him to do?
To have to beat Burnley.
He weren't going to win two. Mate, Burnley's a tough place to go.
Burnley second bottom.
Yeah, but not bottom, are they?
Yeah, you hammered Ruben Amorim for not beating the bottom worst team.
I just thought it was tough coming in on that for that game. What? Well, Darren Fletcher's proved himself at under 21 level, right?
I'm saying everyone is laughing. Because that's where you go. If I'd said all these excuses, you'd be going. And I get it.
I think you're being nasty.
No, but listen.
You are. I think you're being nasty.
When you talk about my
what do you want me to say?
I have to deal with it. I have to deal with it.
What do you want me to say?
You know
he had 2 games in charge.
Honestly, you hammered Rossini, who's got a bit of experience going to Chelsea.
Let me put it like this. He was 2 wins away from having a 100% record.
Okay, but he didn't win a game.
I know, it was only 2 games away from winning. Yeah, they weren't the right resules.
I'm sorry, what?
Right?
I know they weren't, because you got beat and drew.
Yeah. Why are you going on about it? That's not what we're talking about here.
Because I know if it was me, you'd be honestly coming for me, man. I know you'd. If I knew the person, Liam Rossini, you came for me.
Yeah,
man.
but you don't. With the Jordan Lennon stuff, you never talk honestly.
I do.
You don't.
Oh, like you have there.
I do talk honestly.
I just got. It was Cookie was talking about his picking up his boy for football. My little boy Teo 7. He's doing his first football match today. He's on his way there now. So good luck, Teo. It's my son.
What's it got Magic FM?
Well, it is, man. I'm giving him a shout out.
No, I'm not. I'm retracting.
No, you're not. Darren Bent Drive Time Show is giving his son a shout out. Good luck, Teo. Make sure you score me some goals, yeah?
Yeah.
Say good luck, Teo.
Turn into a good forward, not like your old man.
Say good luck.
Teo, I wish you all the luck in the world.
Love you.
You're absolutely smash it. I've just been told by my producer, Joe, that there's some big breaking news after the break. Now, that could be that Ipswich have signed someone we don't care about, or is it actual big breaking news? It is actual big breaking news. Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
So stick around for that.
Don't say it. Hey, You take him.
Let's go quickly to a break because I would take him. The big breaking news. Do not turn your radio off. Stay where you are. Big breaking news and Man United calls when we come back. 03717 223344. Drive and talkSPORT, me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. Still to kill me asking if Thomas Frank is finished at Spurs, but I promise you some huge breaking news this evening. I promise that just before the break. Xabi Alonso has been sacked by Real Madrid following their Spanish Super Cup defeat to Barcelona last night. Alonso, of course, took over at Real Madrid in the summer after an incredibly successful period at Bayer Leverkusen. What does that mean? talkSPORT reporter Ben Jacobs joins us now with more. Hello, Ben. How are you?
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very well. When I saw this news broke about... apologies for the echo, everyone, by the way. When I saw this news break about 3 or 4 minutes ago, I was like, oh, does Man United, is there any connection? Tell us a bit about why he has left Real Madrid, how that came about, and is there any link whatsoever to his next job?
Yeah, so he's left Real Madrid by mutual consent, and that's because they're behind Barcelona in La Liga. And last night in Saudi Arabia, they lost the Spanish Super Cup in injury time, 3-2 to Barcelona. And in the end, I think all parties feel it's just not working. There's been friction in particular between Xabi Alonso and Vini Jr., who's still to sign a new deal at Real Madrid. And a lot of players uncomfortable in what was a familiar formation, 4-4-2. Jude Bellingham sometimes played up alongside Kylian Mbappe. Rodrigo got limited opportunities in the earlier part of Alonso's tenure. So a few things have led to this decision. In terms of what's next, Real sources hint that they might go for more of an internal hire in the short term, down the route of Manchester United and caretaker. And in the long run, I think we're looking at some familiar candidates, possibly Luis Enrique, Zinedine Zidane. Before Alonso was hired, Jurgen Klopp was linked with the vacancy, but always downplayed that he wanted to get back into club management. I'm told Enzo Maresca, even though he's a free agent, is more unlikely. Andoni Iraola also on the list before Alonso was hired. And now he's a free agent. Of course, plenty of Premier League clubs will be looking. Manchester United are more inclined at the moment to go for the likes of Oliver Glasner, Roberto De Zerbi, or potentially Thomas Tuchel. But broadly, they want Premier League experience. And although Alonso's not managed in the Premier League, he's played in the Premier League. So we'll have to see whether that develops. We should also recall that before Alonso took the Real Madrid job and Arne Slot was hired at Liverpool, Xabi Alonso was the other candidate high in Liverpool's thinking.
Ben, I mean, it's crazy. When you look at his actual record at Real Madrid, he only lost 6 games. They're still in the automatic qualifying positions in the Champions League. He won 5 of his last 6 games. So, on face value, he also as well, he lost 2 of his first 20, right? So, his record is actually quite decent. The fact that they've come to such a drastic decision, does that tell you that the player power at Real Madrid is like nothing we've ever seen before?
Very possibly. I mean, you can't have a quite good record at Real Madrid either. You have to be near impeccable, which means you've got to win your Clásicos. You can't be behind Barcelona, albeit, yes, we're only through the midway point of the season. But as you say, there's a lot still to play for. And I think that prompted a more cutthroat move from the Real Madrid hierarchy because of what you allude to in your question. This was not only an on-field decision to part ways with Xabi Alonso. This was about his relationship with the dressing room and some of the big players. And at a club like Real Madrid, when you've got Kylian Mbappe, Vini Jr., who Real would still like to extend, Jude Bellingham even can constitute one of the senior names now at that football club with a very firm voice. And if they're not on board with the system, and some of the star names are not happy, in Rodrigo's case with the side he's playing on, he wanted more game time on the left, not the right. And I think from the perspective of Vini Jr., it was just about not liking the formation, feeling like he wasn't getting the best out of his football, and in a World Cup year too. And when your manager is young by managerial standards and your players might not be old in age, but they certainly are in terms of the experience and the power that they carry, if they kind of gang up on the manager, then at a club like Real Madrid, it becomes very unlikely that the head coach is going to last, especially when you get an opportunity to win silverware against your arch rival and you end up losing that game.
Ben, one quick one. I've only got about 40 seconds for this, but I'm sure you can answer it. Liverpool still aren't ripping up trees at the moment with Arne Slot in charge. Obviously, he's a cult hero there. Could this encourage the Liverpool gaffers, or bosses, I should say, to make a move?
Yeah, I think in short, if Liverpool have a vacancy, Xabi Alonso is going to be one of the names that they consider, or as I said before, reconsider, but they don't have a vacancy. And right now, Liverpool are intent on sticking with Arne Slot. And I'm told by sources close to Xabi Alonso he doesn't want to dive into another role mid-season. So it's very likely we have a limbo period. Slot gets a chance to turn things around. And then in the summer, were there to be a Liverpool vacancy, and it is still a massive if, maybe Xabi Alonso is reconsidered. But by the way, how crazy would it be if Liverpool made a mid-season change, Real have made a January change, Man United have made a January change, Chelsea have made a January change. I've never known a January like it for managerial movement.
We won't change you. You're a superstar. Thanks for coming on as always, Ben.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate. There you go. Xabi Alonso has left Real Madrid.
Would you take him Liverpool legend at Man United?
I think so. I mean, his record is... I mean, you told me his record for Real Madrid at Bayer Leverkusen. He went unbeaten in the season, right?
Yeah, and he won pretty much everything other than, I think, that European Championship where I think Atalanta beat him and Adelola Lookman's got a hat-trick. But honestly, I was looking at his record at Real Madrid, Andy. I mean, his last 6 games, he won 5. He lost to Barcelona, which I get. Before that, he lost back-to-back games, and then he lost once in like 10 games.
It's insane, isn't it?
Like, do you know what I mean?
I tell you what, it'd be interesting to see what the Man United hierarchy are doing, because obviously they're seconds away from rubber stamping Michael Carrick.
Yeah.
I wonder if they've gone, hold on.
6 games he lost. 6. That's it.
Is he one of those managers that if you turned on talkSPORT tomorrow and you found out that he'd gone to Man United, you go, oh, that's not good for us?
No, I'd go, But then I just wonder in terms of, because of how much connected he is to Liverpool, would he...
Whether or not he'd do it.
Yeah, that's my only thing.
These things happen in football, right? George Graham went from Arsenal to Spurs. It happens.
It does happen.
Still to come, we'll be taking a look at some of the latest transfer rumours, but first it's time for no Googling. Just a reminder, we were going to take calls there from Man United fans, but this is the running order. Listen, I've ripped it up because we're going to take your calls when we come out. That's what we've done, moving stuff about. Don't care what producer Joe says. Joe, that's where we're going next. No, he's not happy, but we're doing it. So if you phoned up and you're on hold, we'll come to you in just a moment. But first, it's time for no Googling. And after Shea Lacey's red card yesterday, we want to know who's the last teenager before him to be sent off for Manchester United. All right? Who's the last one before Shea Lacey? I'll give you a clue. His initials are the same, but they're not the same. All right? Same initials, but not the same. But they are the same. But they're not the same. But they are the same, but they're not the same. But they are the same. But they're not the same. But they
Get
are the
on
same.
with it!
No, I'm signalling to you to go to...
expecting Man United to make a call on their new interim manager today. Michael Carrick has emerged as favourite over Solskjaer, and Man United correspondent at The Sun, Sam Luckhurst, says Amorim's unexpected falling out with director Jason Wilcox led to the club going for another former player as caretaker.
Which is a concept that I think quite a lot of United supporters don't care for. They're not supportive of it. They feel as though the hierarchy are probably the ones to blame.
Macclesfield captain Paul Dawson has told us a pre-match chat with Mark Gahey gave him faith that Palace were beatable.
Pitch all right for you, said. No, not a bit of me, this. That moment I thought, you know what, there's something here for us. So, yeah, it was, I went back in, told the lads, and, yeah, we was up for it.
Well, the non-leaguers will find out their fourth-round opponents later. Now, save of the season from Hearts' Craig Gordon, or was it better than that?
You could get carried away, and I'm getting carried away, but it's a kind of similar to one to Banks' header from Jorginho, you know, I mean, which is one of the greatest saves we've seen of all time. It's similar, opposite side. He goes down and plucks out with his left hand. It's an absolutely tremendous save.
Ali McCoy says the 43-year-old Gordon could well make Scotland's World Cup squad. Hearts hung on for the win at Dundee to stay 3 points clear at the top of the Scottish Premiership.
Andy Goldstein Darren Bent alongside. Before the break, I asked a question. I gave you a really convoluted clue, but it was a good clue. Who's the last teenager before Shea Lacey to get red carded for Man United? I said same initials, but not same initials.
So the other way around then?
Yeah, so not SLLS.
Lee Sharp.
Great answer.
Was the only LS I can think of.
Luke Shaw.
Was it Luke Shaw?
Luke Shaw gets West Ham in Feb 2015. How about that?
You forget how long he's been at United, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
He was a good player. I like Luke Shaw.
Still to come, we're asking if Thomas Frank's finished at Spurs. That'd be a good one to have from 60371722344. But now the big breaking news this evening, in case you missed it about 10 minutes ago, Xabi Alonso has left Real Madrid with immediate effect. I know he was Arbeloa was assistant.
He's now the new head coach.
Yeah, he was in charge of the B team, so they've just bumped him up.
So that's the interim in the new head coach.
I know, but
is that Arbeloa that was at Liverpool? Fullback?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
No experience, but he got a Real Madrid job.
I don't think that would be permanent.
Would surprise me.
It would surprise me. Anyway, so we're asking what that means for the rest of football. Does it pile on the pressure for Slotty on Man United in the driving seat? 03717223344. We'll talk about Man United as well. Hassan joins us, Man United fan. Hassan.
Andy, Benty.
How do you right?
Thanks for having me on.
Our pleasure, man.
Cheers, Andy. I used to call you a lot on the sports bar, but I don't get on so much now, probably because the standard's gone up and I've gone down, but hey-ho.
Well, hold on. Standard's gone up where? Yeah. Here or there?
Your standard's
Yeah. Their standard's gone down. Terrible show now.
Listen, boys, so we could get Ted Lasso in at Man United. It won't work because ultimately it's the board. But for me, let's react to the news because I think I would rather have Xabi Alonso tomorrow morning taking over our training session than Michael Carrick. I mean, if you said to me Michael Carrick and Jonathan Woodgate are taking over Manchester United 10 years ago, I'd have laughed at you. That's the state of our club right now. When you said we're on our knees, we're not on our knees. We're a finished article. As in, we are finished.
Oh, because usually finished article means that you're like now ready to go.
I think you're missing out the word "not" there.
Yeah. Listen, in the next 10 years, none of our kids, their kids, will be supporting Man United. They wouldn't have even heard of us. We'll be challenging for the championship. I'm not joking. Honest, genuinely. You watched yesterday.
It's not that bad.
I don't think it's that bad, right? No, I just think if you get a decent manager in and a couple of good transfer windows, I think Man United can turn it around. But I mean, listen, Xabi Alonso, I think it would be what he did at Leverkusen up against Bayern. I thought was absolutely incredible. Right, Liverpool legend. Does that sit all right with you, Man United? You take it tomorrow,
mate. I'll take anyone that turns our fortunes
no,
around.
but serious question,
Yeah, I
Xabi
don't have
Alonso.
a problem with that. I know he's a Liverpool legend from Liverpool's fans' perspective, but because he's not a Scouser, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay, nice.
I couldn't have a Steven Gerrard taking over. I know he wouldn't, but you understand what I'm saying. Are you joking?
No, say he was like top.
Are you nuts?
No.
Not in a million years. Well, would you have Glenn Hoddle managing Arsenal?
Pardon? Didn't hear the question.
Would you have Glenn Hoddle?
No, because we got because Glenn doesn't manage anymore.
But you wouldn't have an ex-Spurs legend managing Arsenal, would you?
Well, it depends how good they are.
Yeah, I don't think you would. If he was an English player, you wouldn't.
Mate, if they're dominating on the continent, then yeah. That'd be Alonso. I think that'd be good.
Jake, I think it'd be a great appointment. Jake's a Man United fan. Hi, Jake.
You can't have a Scouser, an ex-Scouser at Man United. It just can't happen.
What, as a player, you mean?
As a Liverpool legend, Liverpool player, whatever, you can't have him at United.
What about if he wins the title?
Look, to be honest, I don't think he's the elite manager that we need. You can't, he had a great season at Leverkusen, where everything went well for him, but realistically, is he an elite manager or is he just another one of these up-and-coming managers?
Well, I mean, I put him in that top bracket.
If you go the season unbeaten, that's pretty phenomenal, right?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, absolutely. But is that all purely down to the manager?
Yeah.
Yes, because Leverkusen hadn't won a single thing in their history before then.
Yeah, it's a good point. But I just don't think you can have an ex-Liverpool legend at United.
Do you know what their nickname was? Leverkusen's.
Go on.
Neverkusen. Oh no, because they never won anything.
Yeah.
Always got close. He got them over the line.
Thanks, Jake. He makes it an interesting point about can you have a Scouse legend in charge of Man United?
That's overplayed too much. That I think.
I don't know now. Now I'm sort of betwixt in between. I don't know.
But listen, people were saying that England should never have a German manager.
Yes,
and
true.
look what's happened.
I know, but you've always said clubs being the country.
Yeah, but listen, if there was
I don't know how that.
If there was a Spurs legend, right, but he was one of the best managers on the planet, and he wanted to come to Arsenal, I've got.
And he was like Cockney, he was from like North London.
When in Arsenal's in North London, this is irrelevant.
No, I'm talking about if he's homegrown. Like if you've got let's say for example, I don't know, David Ginola, right? Who's a Frenchman, but he's a Spurs legend.
Yes.
I think that's different than if you had like Harry Kane becoming the manager of Arsenal.
Okay, I get that, but if he's like one of the best on the planet, and then I've got.
I don't know. I'm not sure now.
So you'd rather go second rate?
Well, he's not the best manager in the world, is he?
No, my point is you'd rather, even if the best.
I'd rather have Emery, for argument's sake. I'd rather have Thomas Tuchel.
You're not going to get him. Yeah, Thomas Tuchel, I get it.
I'd rather have that. I'd rather have Luis Enrique
over Xabi Alonso.
Yeah.
Well, but right now, those guys are not.
I need time to digest the information. It's just too raw. I don't know.
I bet you Xabi Alonso could beat Burnley and get a result.
You'll get beaten in a minute. Ollie's a Man United fan. Hi, Ollie. Ollie. Hello, Ollie. Okay, everyone waiting to have their say on drive time. Say your name now.
Jay.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on. What's your name? Say it again.
Jay.
How are you spelling that?
J-A-Y. Jay.
J-A-Y.
Jay. Okay, I've got Ollie in front of me. I can only apologise. Jay, how are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very well, thank you. What would you like to say, Jay?
Here's your interesting fact of the day, right?
Okay.
So Matt Busby, who's one of Manchester United's greatest ever managers, played for Man City and played for Liverpool.
I know.
Also, your highest ever goal scorer is a Scouser.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd take it. Listen, Alonso is a fantastic manager, up and coming. He's got something about him. He's young, and I think that if you go to a club like Leverkusen in Germany and do what he did there, Manchester United right now would be silly not to go for him. I think he is one of the best managers in the world, and I think that his record and everything he's done in his career so far, and that's what you can judge him off. You can't put hypotheticals out there and say, oh, what if and all this, that and the other. What he's done so far in his career is better than any other manager, I think, in world football right now.
Let me ask you then, Jay. Do you think he would have a problem being an ex-Liverpool player and a Liverpool legend?
No, because he's Spanish, isn't he? So he's not got an affiliation apart from the fact that he played for the club. You know, Michael Owen was a Liverpool legend, and he came back. He came to Manchester United, won a league title.
Yeah, true.
And
and the Liverpool fans have never forgiven for that.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that, look, Alonso, I don't think he'll have a problem, and I think he'd quite relish it. And I think, look, Manchester United, whether we like it or not as neutrals, right, we are the biggest football club in England. We're probably the one that everybody talks about more than any other club. And I think Alonso, if he's got something about him, and if he really wants to do something and tell Real Madrid that you made the wrong decision, you go to the second biggest club or the one that's on par with them to really say, if he's a man of what he says he is and what he believes in, he'd come to United and turn us around, and that'll be a big, to Real Madrid and the hierarchy.
The only thing is that you've had more experienced managers at Manchester United that haven't done the job. So I think it'd be a little bit harsh to say to Xabi Alonso to kind of prove that he's a good manager. He's got to go to United, because right now, Man United are so far off it.
I don't think he's got to prove it to Manchester United. I just said that if he's got something about him, which I think he has, and I said that earlier on in what he's won in his career so far, that this challenge of Manchester United is something that if you're any manager in the world would come to Manchester United, in my opinion. I know I'm a bit biased because I'm a United fan and season ticket holder, but we have to go and get him. If Wilcox and Barada listening to this, go and get Alonso now.
But he might not want to come, and not because it's because of the Man United connection, but still, Liverpool at the minute with Arne Slot, I wouldn't say everyone's 100% totally convinced. So he might wait to the end of the season to see what happens with Liverpool and Arne Slot.
Yeah, but if Manchester United is serious and we can convince him and we can sell him the project, because obviously it's going to take a little bit of selling into him because of the connection to Liverpool. But I think this is a big opportunity, and Real Madrid and Manchester United are on par. And if he really has something to prove, which I think he will do now, because he won't be taking this lightly.
Jay, sorry to interrupt you just quickly, right? Because you said there, I need you to tell me what the project is.
The project is to bring Manchester United the glory days again.
Yeah, I get that, but anyone could just say that. But what is the project? Like, what needs to happen? Rather than just saying that to bring them back, I need to know like some kind of infrastructure. What's going to happen?
Well, first of all, what he needs to do is take the reins of everything that Manchester United are about. So the DNA of the club, having a set-up from the youth system all the way up to the first team. And I think he's the man that could do that. And I think also, if you look at the way that he played at Leverkusen as well, it was attacking, aggressive football, which is what Manchester United have always played. And I think if he can bring that and set that style and bring that philosophy and some of that Spanish flair with him, I think there's something there that he can do.
Okay, great call.
Great call, yeah. Great call.
Let's go to JT. He's a Liverpool fan. Hello, JT.
Hello, mate. You all right?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm very good. Great show as always.
Thank you, man. How would you feel if you turned on talkSPORT tomorrow and you heard that one of your former legends was the Man United manager?
My wife used to say to me, there's three people in our marriage, her, me and Xabi Alonso.
Okay. Can I ask why she'd say that?
Because she fancied him.
Okay, fine.
No, he was just an absolute legend. A Liverpool, the penalty in 2005, the whole thing.
Equaliser.
Yeah, absolutely. Xabi was the one that got away in the summer. I think, and I'm not. Let's see Arne Slot out. I think, injuries and everything like that, he doesn't get through in the season. But you're telling me that the hierarchy, I'm sitting there going, what do you mean it's available now?
Would you, if you could click your fingers now and get rid of Slot and take Xabi Alonso, would you do it?
Yeah, I would.
Would you be devastated if Man United got him?
I would not be happy at all. It's the
Would your wife?
My wife might be happy if she's seen him more often on the telly.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and I think the last caller kind of intimated on it, Man United is the size of team that Xabi Alonso should be going to, but he shouldn't go there for two reasons. One, because of the Liverpool connection, but more importantly, United, it's too big a job to turn around. It's like the Tory leader. Kemi Badenoch's not going to be the Prime Minister. She's
we don't know what you're talking about. That's talk radio. That is.
That is
no idea what you're talking about.
Me.
So, all right. My point being is that it's too far broken for Man United.
But don't you think that Man United, that they're nowhere near the giant they used to be maybe 15, 20 years ago, and they are more like a Bayer Leverkusen?
No, because Leverkusen never had a problem with the fans and the owners and so on and so forth. They were always a rebuilding club because they only had to take, you beat Bayern Munich, you win the league. Man United is a juggernaut. It's huge.
Do you know what, Jay? I can't see I can't see him taking the Man United.
I don't know, mate.
No, he's not doing that.
The more we talk about it, so there's about 20 minutes ago the news broke, right? The more we talk about it, the more I'm getting excited.
No, but I don't think he will.
Oh, I think he will.
No, I think he'd rather wait. Liverpool.
Oh, but you don't know. Look, you're an ex-player, right? Yeah. So you know that fans might look at you differently to how you feel about the club.
Yeah, of course.
He might look back at his playing career and go, I love Liverpool, but that's about it.
No, he's not going United. He just come from. There's no rush for him now. He's just come from Real Madrid. Biggest job out there. There's no rush for him to go.
There's no rush, but it's more often than not that we see managers leave a club and the next day they're turning up somewhere else for a chat.
he's not. Do you know why? Because
you're a little bit worried, aren't you?
No, managers nowadays. It's and I'm not even trying to put them in the same bracket because they're not. But the longer you're out of management, sometimes you people elevate your position. So Graham Potter was going get him back.
I know, but Man United. I know you're going to go. It does. But the job as Man United manager doesn't come around often. I know it does at the moment.
It does in a minute. Wait a couple of years.
But you know what I mean, right? If you're a manager, there's how many big jobs that you want. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man United, Liverpool. Probably put Man City in that category now.
Arsenal?
No, probably wouldn't put Arsenal in there.
No,
but there's a group of like 10 clubs. Let's put Arsenal in there, right? There's a group of 10 clubs. If they come knocking, I think you have to listen.
Yeah, but I don't think he will because he just came from one of them. And he's got an opportunity of managing another one.
From Real Madrid to Man United, are you nuts?
No, trust me.
That never happens.
Listen, he just got sacked by Real Madrid. He goes to Man United, doesn't work. He's sacked by them.
Goes to Man United, does work.
Relax. Chill for a bit.
Oh, you're nervous.
No,
Xabi, if you listen.
No, he ain't going to do it.
I tell you what,
if
Ratcliffe and Wilcox, if they need some good PR and they want to make the right call, and someone made a good call the other day, earlier on in the show, that I like Michael Carrick, but if you turn on talkSPORT tomorrow and hear that Michael Carrick and Jonathan Woodgate have taken over Man United, you'll be a little bit like...
I'm older than you, was all right.
Fletcher was only a couple of games in charge.
Yeah, still. But you doing cartwools over there.
Yeah, because I like him, he's a mate. I like Xabi Alonso as well. I think I'll be happy with him. And you'd be nervous, so that works for me. Still to come on Drive. We'll keep you up to date with all of that, by the way, as soon as we hear more on it. We'll also hear what Tony Cascarino thinks about at night.
I dream about that more than any other dream.
Yeah, but what though, Tony? We'll also Andy Jacobs asking all the hard-hitting questions.
When's the last time you bought trousers?
And we're bringing the FA Cup 4th round draw live on our show. Of course we will.
You've got to love football. You've got to love the FA Cup. If you think the FA Cup is dying, think again.
Yeah, I think it's dying now. It's not what it used to be. All that and loads more coming up. The last hour drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent. When we come back, the best bits of talkSPORT ever in the best of talkSPORT ever. Bennett's just embarrassed himself there. Claimed that Arsenal won more trophies than Man United over the last 10 years.
Nah, of course I
Embarrassing claim.
I was joking.
And then we added it up. Man United smashed them to pieces.
7.
Joke.
No, I was joking, sorry.
A joke, your
Come on,
club.
Xabi Alonso. Don't go there.
The worst 10 years of Man United's career, their history, and we've still done better than you.
Well, honestly, we ain't done great enough.
Joke of a club.
Honestly.
Still to come and bring you the FA Cup fourth round draw live. It's not what it used to be, that competition. Just quickly, Michael Carrick has reportedly moved ahead of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the race to become Man United interim manager, although
You don't want him now, do you?
Xabi Alonso has just left Real Madrid, so we don't know what's happening there. Eddie Howe has criticised the rule change that will allow Semenyo to play for Man City in the Carabao Cup semi-final against Newcastle, despite already appearing for Bournemouth in the competition this season. Right, some fun in a moment, but time now for this.
Be there for Super Bowl 60 on talkSPORT.
Yes, Adelaide's competition has landed. Excuse me. This is your chance to be at the greatest show on earth, or one of them, Super Bowl, Sunday the 8th of Feb, as well as a pair of tickets for you and a mate. We're chucking in return flights to San Francisco, 3 nights accommodation and spending money all covered. Here's how you can enter for your chance to win. Text the word WIN, W-I-N, to 83338. A text will cost you £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or you can call 0343 418 7260. Lines close on the 22nd of Jan at 4 p.m. this year. 18 plus, UK residents only. It's a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksport.com. So for your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338. Good luck. Time now for this.
Question. I live for a bigger club than you. Because they've won more trophies.
Not worldwide, no.
But they've won more trophies, right?
You asked me the question, I've answered it.
No, but they've won more.
I just said no, is the answer.
No, they've won more trophies than you.
Okay, well done. But my answer's no.
Oh, I think there's a question there. It might be, yeah.
Mate, if we're talking Liverpool and Man United, Arsenal shouldn't even come into that conversation.
No, because we're talking about Liverpool Man United.
Time for the best of TalkSport and friends. We run you through some of the recent highlight moments from across TalkSport. Let's kick things off with the breakfast show. The wonderful Shabana Hearn and big Tony Cascarino. He's big Tony Cascarino describing a recurring dream.
I had a one-on-one with Neville Southall, and I missed. Okay, I missed a golden opportunity to knock Everton out. But also, the most reoccurring dream I ever have is that one-on-one.
Do you still dream about
I dream about that more than any other dream.
Really?
I've had numerous times over my career where I've woke up and I'm having that one-on-one with Neville Southall. And by the way, I've never scored in that dream either.
What's the weirdest dream you've ever had?
I mean, to pinpoint one dream, I can't remember, but I've had often dreams of me still playing. But you know that when you have a dream and like say you're being chased and you can't run.
No.
You know the dreams that. Well, all of a sudden your legs are like turned to jelly and you're like, I can't get away.
That must mean something.
I've had a few.
You ever had a dream where you woke up all hot and sweaty?
Yeah, of course, those times. The worst was when you have a dream and you feel like you've fallen off a cliff and you do
Yeah,
jump.
that's horrible.
And you do that jump. Yeah.
Big jerk.
Yeah.
Do you ever score in your dreams?
What do you call me?
I'm telling you, a big jerk. Oh, big shake.
Go on.
Do you ever score in your dreams?
Yeah.
Football, me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all the time.
Oh, okay. What's the miss you regret most from your football career? That's hard.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I understand.
Involved, Jack. Smooth.
Do you know what? I don't regret any of them.
Good.
You know, with the misses, makes you stronger.
Good. Well done. Remember, Shaban and Tony are with you every Saturday and Sunday from 6 a.m. We've only got time for the last bit. Let's run out of time. Let's finish with Darren Bent's favourite podcast.
Yep.
21 minutes to go. Oh, it's a great one this week. Here's a fun boy, Jason Cunny and I discussing the monkey who got sent to prison.
Jeez, here we go.
Get out, the monkey. He's a little body.
I don't think anything can get out of a prison cell.
Yeah, he can. You slide between the bars. Monkey can. Rat could.
No, I don't think it was.
A mouse could, right?
I don't think it was like a prison cell like in Alcatraz. I think it was like a cell where it's just a door.
Yeah.
And then the walls.
How do you know? Well,
because when you go to a police station,
no, when they hang out the bar and they put their hands, they go.
Yeah, but that's like in the Wild West. That's not now.
Is that what right? I've never been in prison, mate, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I haven't been to prison. But I
seem to know a lot about it.
Can I just say?
Honestly, my goodness.
Can I just say?
Me.
Shut up. That on the screens there was a picture of my friend's dad's pet monkey.
Yeah.
And there's an episode we did called "My Friend, Her Dad and His Monkey," where he claimed that he actually, as a kid, had a pet monkey live with them. And we finally got the picture. That's real.
Oh, nice.
Imagine that. That's
I mean, listen, monkey between the bars, doors and walls. I mean, that podcast there is award-winning. That
I think the listeners don't lie, and every month the downloads.
It's not. Monkey between the bars. And someone said, "Oh no, in the prison's got doors and walls."
You
Brilliant.
Listen to it. You should listen to it.
Doors and walls. Brilliant.
Why you listen to it?
Joe, go write it down.
Where's your podcast?
Go write it down.
By the way, this is a fact. We've had this confirmed. If you download today's episode, you improve your looks by 36%. That's true, by the way. That's been confirmed. You get better looking. You should download it twice.
21 minutes to go.
Check out 21
Doors
minutes to
and
go.
walls.
It's me and Cundy. Wherever you get your podcast from. It's a very good podcast. New episodes drop every single Monday. When we come back, we'll be
talking about doors and walls and monkeys in bars. Brilliant.
And I'll be doing it on my own because Darren Bent would have got the sack. Tottenham is where it's at. Thomas Frank chat 03717 223344. Download 21 minutes ago. Unbelievable podcast.
Doors and walls.
Dear Kitmen, we see you, we appreciate your work. While some fans reckon it's just hanging up shirts in dressing rooms, we know it's so much more. A football team's kit is its identity, its uniform, what sets it out from the rest. But it doesn't clean itself. That's not just the shirts, it's the shorts, the socks, the training gear, the boots, the other bits we sort out behind closed doors. Who's the one digging around in that smelly, stinky laundry basket at full time? Yeah, it's the kitman. They have a lot to work on in a week, from laundry, fixing damaged kit, repairing holes, cleaning boots. Then they pack the van and take everything they need off to the stadium, ready for game day. They don't get a lot of help when they get in the ground too. Kitmen are the ones unloading a full squad's worth of boots, kit, medical bags, and all the bits the players and coaches will need between the start of the day and switching off the floodlights at the end of the day. First thing they do is organise each player's kit. Make it easily accessible in order to avoid any dramas on match day. Once everything's in the right place, it's into the dressing room, lay everything out, put players' nameplates on the right locker, all the things you don't even think about on a match day. Once the players arrive, if anything needs doing, they call the kitman. In the meantime, it's on the kitman to help set up for the warm-up. The coaches don't always have time to lay out all the cones and put the balls in those weird triangle piles you see. As the warm-up is underway, the kitman then becomes a glorified ball boy, chasing stray shots and passes, making sure they aren't lost in the crowds. They eventually do the tidying up too, getting everything off the pitch before kick-off and assist the ground staff with any last-minute things they may need. After that, it's last call for the players. Then, at kick-off, they can breathe a sigh of relief for a few minutes, sit back and watch the game, enjoy the fruits of their labour. At half-time, check everyone's okay and everything's as it should be, and then wait for full time. Once the final whistle's gone, it's time to pack everything down, get the stuff that needs to be washed in the laundry, pack up the van, back to the training ground, and ready to do it again next week. Of course, each club differs, and different staff members will have different responsibilities. But we pay tribute to all of those who do it, whether it's the glitz and glamour of the Premier League or a cold Tuesday night in Stoke.
Welcome back to Last Hour Drive and talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein. Darren Bent is still here.
Watch the documentary series I'm going to bring out. It'll be even better.
That was unbelievable, that chat, wasn't it, from Naz? I love Naz. I wish we could have him for another hour. Still to come, I'll bring you the draw for the fourth round of the FA Cup. It's coming up in about 38 minutes. But now, the Carabao Cup semi-final first legs take place this week. And, of course, they're both live right here on talkSPORT.
Pep Guardiola has spoken in the past about the importance of this competition to his time here at City. Savinho, and he will make his way now inside the box, fires it, it's deflected in. 2-0, Savinho will claim it.
We are lucky to have that gifted players, to do this kind of action.
The holders are desperate to keep the Carabao Cup on Tyneside. Ali strings it over, flicked in! It's flicked in! And it's Lewis Miley this time!
Don't write Newcastle off, albeit you've got Chelsea now, Manchester City, Arsenal.
You can't stop it from sneaking in, and Arsenal score, they win the game. The quadruple is on.
When you look at the 4 teams that had involved in the competition, this is where you want to be.
Garnacho can race clear, can he finish it off here for Chelsea? He does!
Now the Carabao Cup is more important to Liam Rosenior right now. You only get one chance at a first impression. And if he is able to, then that would shut all the critics up for now.
It'll come for Hato! Oh, what a goal!
I've worked so hard pretty much my whole life for this opportunity. I'm going to work 24 hours a day. I'm going to push them as hard as I possibly can to be successful.
Oh yeah, attention turns to the first legs of the Carabao Cup semi-finals this week. Tomorrow sees Newcastle, they take on Man City, with Chelsea against Arsenal on Wednesday. And of course you can hear live commentary of both of those games live right here on talkSPORT. How you feeling ahead of that, DB?
Yeah, I'm right. I mean, listen, the performance against Liverpool in that second half was not good at all. But then reaction against Portsmouth. I know lesser opposition, but Ghana Fratton Park, tough place to go.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a tough place to go. 10 changes as well for Arsenal, so that was good. Martinelli hat-trick. Yeah, I was happy with what I saw. So, no, yeah, I'm looking forward to this game.
Yeah, well done over Portsmouth. Good work.
Who you like? How'd you get on? Yeah, also, yeah. Against, did a wonderful job, though. Stellar job. You know what I mean? Be it Burnley and Brighton.
Tough place to go, Portsmouth, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Burnley.
Tough.
Burnley, though.
Oh, yeah, Portsmouth, man.
Burnley.
Well done for getting past them.
Burnley.
Well done.
Burnley.
Yeah. We're not talking about my team.
Please go back to back four. Oh, there you go. There's your back four.
Oh, I spent £1 billion still wanting a trophy.
Oh, there you go. Love that, Jack. Back to a back four.
Oh, £1 billion.
Hey, another more,
Jack.
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 Go on, Jack.
Jack, £1 billion spent.
Right,
nothing. Thanks, Jack. There you go.
Let's go back to a back four. We look better then. Oh, jeez.
Let's win less trophies than Man United in 10 years, shall we? Thanks, Jack. Let's download 21 minutes to go.
Nah, don't you dare, Jack. I don't want to hear about no monkey bars and rubbish.
Jack, press it.
Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
Doors and walls.
I'll tell you where Jack won't be pressing the round of applause button. That's when we talk about Spurs. They are out of the FA Cup after being beaten 2-1 at home by Aston Villa. Spurs have now just won of their last 7 games in all comps. Their boss, Thomas Frank, spoke to talkSPORT after the game. He said there are good aspects of their performances.
In a situation where we are keep improving things, even if we don't get results, I think it's important to look into the level of performance, especially the second half level of performance. The last 5 games, I think that's what you need to look into. Then sometimes the things maybe doesn't go your way all the time, but we need to keep going.
What's happening? What's going on at Spurs? I mean, it's gone so bad for Thomas Frank, and we both said, like most people, that when he left Brentford and went to Spurs, it's like, good step up, right appointment, good manager. I mean, it's been horrific.
At the minute, you'd have to say it just looks a little bit too big for him at the minute. The expectation at Spurs, and it just hasn't looked that convincing. Like I knew Villa would go down. I think the home form is where you go, what's happening here? Because usually you need your home your home form to kind of propel your season. But the fact how they've been at home, I mean, their record at home is absolutely like abysmal considering they're fourth bottom. The only other sides that have got worse home records than them are Burnley, West Ham and Wolves. The three that are at the bottom of the table. So that's an indictment. But Villa are a good side, and I knew Villa going to Tottenham would relish that challenge. They won the game. Obviously, there was all that pushing and throwing afterwards at the end of the game. You wonder where that fight was for the Spurs players during the game. But they're in a bad place. Thomas Frank's just got to work his way through it. I still think he's the right man for the job.
What is that job?
I mean, Spurs currently right now.
Now, when you say right man for the job, right?
Yeah.
So for argument's sake, the new Man United manager, if you said, what's the job? My answer would be, within 5 years, they need to be knocking on the door. Right? What is his brief? He's still the right man for the job, and that job is what?
Well, I look at what Pochettino did, where they were getting the Champions League year on year out, finishing top four all the time. Get back to that. I know they finished fourth bottom last year. They're currently 14th, which is an improvement. But, well, it is, isn't it, right?
No, but it's not.
Okay, but it is. 17-14.
If you're going by numbers, it is.
There you go. So I think they've got to be knocking on that Champions League door, although I don't think they're anywhere near that. I'm just not quite sure how good they are.
What, as in
a team?
Tell me about the squad they've got. Is the squad they've got probably about where they should be in the league?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've never been convinced on the goalkeeper.
Okay.
Vicario, I've never been convinced on him.
But not awful, but just not great.
Okay, middle of the road for a goalkeeper.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
I agree with that.
I like Van de Ven. I like Jed Spence. I think Porro's got good quality. Romero. Udogie's struggled of late. I think, like, I know he's been out injured, but I think when he first got in at Tottenham, I was like, oh, okay, he's decent. Had a good few tussles with Saka.
Yeah.
Middle of the park, you see, you go Paulinho. I thought when they signed him.
Me too.
I thought good player. Xavi Simons. A lot of people were making kind of, Xavi Simons, like, oh, wow, what a player. Chelsea were in for him and then said nope. None of the top clubs really room for him. I think he's spent a bit of time actually, Xavi Simons, at some top clubs. So he was at PSG. Didn't quite work out for him as a youngster there. Archie Gray, I'm a big fan of. I think he will be a really, really good player. Bergval's done well. But other than that, again, Maddison's been injured pretty much all season, so you can't really judge him yet.
Solanke's only just come back.
Solanke's come back. I like Kudos, good signing. Kulishevsky's the one, I think, when he comes back. But I think maybe this is just where they are. Like I always find it bizarre, right? That they finished fourth bottom last season, and I know I get the rules are the rules. They finished 17th. They won the Europa League, and that's why they're in the Champions League. But finished fourth bottom, you should not be in the Champions League. You should be nowhere near it. No,
but you're arguing with yourself because you know the reason why.
I get that, but look at their form. And then this season now is maybe just again. I know they're in the Champions League, but is this a reflection of where they are? 14th.
If they were to sack, do you think they will sack him before the season ends?
I don't think so.
Have they got West Ham at home at the weekend?
They have to win that. They have to win that.
I think I'm right in saying, I haven't got it in front of me. Is it Saturday 3 p.m? It's such a shame it's not on telly. But
if he loses that, then I think there's big question marks, and I think he may go.
So he could go.
He could, if they get beat by West Ham. Now West Ham are desperate for points. I don't think they look that bad against Forest, but of course the second goal doesn't count. Then they get the penalty, and then
if you were West Ham, you'd rather play Spurs at Spurs.
100%. Because playing at West Ham, I feel hard at home because fans hate the stadium. It doesn't really give you home advantage.
And you've talked about Tottenham's home record.
Exactly. So if I'm West Ham, I'm going there. I'm going, yeah. You go 1-0 up early, you cause them problems.
If they were to get rid of Thomas Frank, I sort of feel that the next manager will be a Thomas Frank.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know?
Yeah. Like everyone was saying Thomas Frank, good manager, needs to maybe go to the next level. He's gone to what we perceive as the next level in Tottenham, whilst as Keith Andrews.
Yeah, I apologise to Keith Andrews. Unbelievable manager.
Brentford are 5th.
Yeah.
So you start going.
That's an anomaly. He's done above and beyond what he should have done there.
You start going through the league, right? And you tell me who Tottenham are better than. Well, they're not better than Arsenal.
No.
City, Villa.
No.
Liverpool.
No.
Brentford.
No.
Newcastle.
No.
United.
No. Chelsea.
No. So Fulham are 9th. Fulham.
Well, league form, no.
Sunderland.
Definitely not.
Brighton.
No.
Everton. Palace.
And now you get into Palace, no, but now you get into teams in and around where they
exactly, and now Tottenham are 14th. I don't see how much higher they are than them clubs I just said.
No. Will Spurs ever get back to where Spurs fans want them to get back to?
But where is that? Challenging for league titles?
Yeah. Well,
I can't see it anytime soon.
And challenging for Champions League play. I think realistically, if you're
challenging for
Spurs,
Champions League spot, top 5, they should be.
That's what you've got to be aiming for.
That should be minimum requirement.
Well, no, not minimum.
What, challenging for top 5?
Big ask. That's a big ask for any team.
Top 5. Challenging for it.
Challenging for top 5.
I'm not saying they should be.
No, I
getting
agree with that.
But challenging top 5.
Yeah, that's where they should be.
100%.
That's where they should. But I don't. They've got the squad for that. There's much better squads in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Than that.
But this is always the argument, and we've said this so many times. Realistically, what level of player should they be going for? Because if someone like Shirky was obviously City got him, but like he's not going to Tottenham over a Man City.
No, he's not. Wait, look at what's his name? Who's the boys at Atletico Madrid from Chelsea?
Conor Gallagher. He's going to go Villa.
I know, but Spurs should be so in for a.
But someone said they're in for him, but he's going to go Villa.
Yeah. Imagine where Spurs would be now. You know when the Poch got him to the Champions League final?
Yeah.
And he went, here's 150 million, 200 million, go and improve this squad.
Yeah. I mean, that squad there was so good.
Spurs were in the Champions League. And they could have. Liverpool were appalling that day.
They weren't really appalling, but they got off to a really good start. They got the penalty early, didn't they?
Oh, they were appalling in that final. That was there for the taking.
Origi got the second, didn't he?
I thought it was only 1-0.
No, it's 2. Salah penalty and Origi right at the end, left foot, bang, bottom corner.
Was it?
Yeah, 2-0. Okay. But I think Kane, Son, Dele Alli, Vertonghen.
Look at the back 5.
That's what I'm saying.
Back 5.
That was the time to go to the next level.
I mean, I was never a big fan of Hugo Lloris, but Danny Rose, Cole Walker.
That was the time to go to the next level.
Yeah, they didn't. And now they're at, a level below where they should be, we think. I'm sure Spurs fans, you agree. But what next for your manager? How big is that game at the weekend at home to West Ham United? If you lose, is he done for? 03717 223344. That's how we start the last hour of our show. With Tottenham Chat, you can be a part of it by picking up the phone. The number again is 03717 223344. a Monday.
It's quite funny. Someone's put here, all Spurs need to do is spend £1 billion, £1 they might be able to win 0 trophies, 2 laughing faces.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, like that, yeah. But tell you what, though, even with...
I tell you what, they've done well at Portsmouth. Tough place to go, innit? Well done.
Yeah. Do you know what I'll say is,
Well done.
you're probably right, actually. I mean, there's an FA Cup in there. One.
Yeah, we've won more trophies than you over 10 years.
Yeah, Man United, listen, Man United, big... No argument, Man United, in terms of the size.
It's our worst 10 years ever.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, okay, fine.
But my point is there, he said, spend a bit all Spurs need to do, yeah, but I'd still rather be where Arsenal are than Spurs are, regardless of a European trophy or not.
Yeah, but they've been more successful than you.
What, recently?
In a trophy hall.
Yeah, but if you want to look at history, they haven't.
They've won more European trophies than you.
Okay, but who's won more trophies?
Yeah, but some of yours don't really.
Yeah, of course they don't know.
I'd rather win European than FA Cup.
Okay, but
and they've done that more than you.
League titles. Would like a few of them?
Of course.
Well, there you go.
But they've won more European trophies than you.
Yeah, I've won more league titles. The case rest, Your Honour. It's always your bread and butter, innit? You told me that.
Well, I didn't tell you that. Again, another mistake. I've never used the phrase bread and butter in my life. Still to come, we'll bring the FA Cup fourth round draw. Just quickly, Lucas Paqueta, no one knows, wants to leave West Ham and return to Brazil this month. Michael Carrick has reportedly moved ahead of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on the race to become Man United interim manager, although Xabi Alonso has left Real Madrid. So you just don't know what's happening. Watch this space. Right, time now for this.
Paddy's Performers on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. Reviewing the top ballers, performers and goal scorers from the latest footballing action. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Yeah, time now for Paddy's Performers in association with Drive's official betting partner, Paddy Power. Today we're looking back at a great weekend of football, nominate the players we think made a difference, and were Paddy's Performers. I'll go first. I've gone for Buckley Ricketts for that goal for Macclesfield to knock out Crystal Palace at home.
Great name, that, isn't it?
Isaac Buckley Ricketts. It's unbelievable. It sounds very posh, isn't it? I just thought, if you score the winning goal in one of the most historic FA Cup moments ever, you have to be nominated for Paddy's Performers. You have to be. So he's on that list.
Yep.
I've just seen it.
I've gone for Danny Welbeck. Yeah, Danny Welbeck, absolutely incredible.
Great hit, by the way.
Had a hand in the first goal.
Great hit.
Great hit for the second. Always seems to score against Man United. Would probably do a job for United.
No, don't be silly. We can't go backwards. Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
He's better than Sesko.
Don't be silly.
Is he better than Sesko?
Don't be silly.
No, answer the question.
We're not going to sign him.
No, but is he better than Hold on, but you want to go back to Carrick and Ollie. That's all right. Well played. Jack, no round of applause. DNA of the club. Go on, Jack. Nice one, thank you.
Benty. I really hate Benty. If I swear, will you dump it? I could dump it.
Don't want to go back to World. I'm just asking a question. Though. He's been unbelievable, hasn't he?
Is your mate though, Welbeck? So you're not going to slag him off?
So he's not been good this year?
You know, right?
Oh, honestly.
Is he talented?
Yeah, he is.
He's underachieved with his talent, hasn't he?
No, he hasn't.
Well, he's better than he is, right?
Mate, he's like 35 years old nearly.
Oh, okay, so age is number, is it?
Yes, obviously.
Oh, okay, fine.
Obviously, age is the number.
What's his most league goals per season?
I don't know about all that, but what a player he is. Great player.
I know. He's consistently poor.
Danny Welbeck is my Paddy's Performance.
Look what you make me do. You might be listening well, but I've got nothing against him.
Yeah, why though?
Because you make me do this.
He played well at the weekend.
He did play well, but when you say you'd have him back, there's no way we'd have him back. You know that.
I get it, but I said, would you take him back if it was like a 6-month loan?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Right, you happy? Look what you make me do. It'd be terrible married to
I'm not taking a backward step, though, going to Man United from Brighton. That's a backward step, that.
Macclesfield to win the FA Cup. I hope they do. 1,000 to 1. Brighton to win the FA Cup, 16 to 1. I hope they don't.
Why?
There you go. That's Paddy, because your mate's there and you've just turned me against him.
No, I haven't. Oh, that's...
You're horrible. I don't think you realise how nasty you are.
No, I'm taking one.
You make me say things I don't want to... I like Danny Welbeck, Man United superstar, I love him. But you make me hate people. Because you do things like, yeah, Mac.
No, but it was a genuine question. You said you wouldn't have him back, you don't want to go back, but you take him Carrick or Ollie.
Will you take Giroud back?
Yeah, I would. Trust me.
He's better than Gyökeres.
In his pomp he was, yeah.
Now?
Maybe not so much now, but he was.
Now. There goes Paddy Performance for today. Catch up with the latest at paddypower.com, 18 plus only, gambleaware.org.
Paddy's Performers on talkSPORT with Paddy Power. Reviewing the top ballers, performers and goal scorers from the latest footballing action. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
I hope Spurs fans give it to you now. Bearing in mind, Spurs fans, when you get through, Darren Bent, Arsenal fan, took your club's money. Anyway, let's speak to Andrew. He's a Spurs fan. Andrew?
What are you saying, chaps? You all right?
I'm good. How are you? You all right? You well?
Yeah, I'm good. I was going to sit on it, but I think Andrew's done more in 2 years than Arteta's done in 5 with Arsenal money, innit?
Go on, sunshine.
I bet you still rather where Arsenal are than Spurs are.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to say it, but you come on, like, until you win something, that's facts of the matter, innit? Really.
Who's been more successful, Ange Postecoglou or Mikel Arteta?
Well, numbers don't lie, innit? I think European Cup's a bigger trophy than FA Cup, and that wasn't really Arteta's bag. He kind of just come in and won it.
So Ange's the answer.
Look where Ange is now. Look where Arteta is.
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You know, we could have probably kept him for the third year, but in regards to Frank, I just feel like Frank needed a full squad to really get about his business, and I feel for him because obviously we didn't have a squad for 2 years, but he's kind of come in. We've lost our front line. We've had none of our big players in terms of Kulusevski and Solanke, and I just think at the minute he's probably not a big enough manager, big enough back to really cover himself from the flack. Like if it was a Conte or a Jose or a Pep, you might look at the players more than you look at the manager. But
Can I ask you a quick question, Andrew? Do you want to keep him?
Sure you can. You know what? I like him. I think he's got a good philosophy, and I think with Tottenham, we're a team that needs a philosophy rather than, that big managers coming and shouting like Conte didn't really work. So I think give him time. But like I said, Alonso's just lost his job, so it seems like second manager is in fashion. So
he quit. We're led to believe he left rather than was sacked. Yeah,
I think they need to give him time. If you want him to succeed, if anyone's going to succeed, like it's very rare you get managers, and Chelsea were a prime example of that. They had the ability to find managers that could win at all costs straight away. I do think sometimes you need to give managers time. You have to go for the tough times to come out the other side.
We'll take more of your calls in just a moment, and when we come back, we'll have the draw for the fourth round of the FA Cup live on Drive.
talkSPORT understands Michael Carrick is in pole position to become Man United's latest interim manager. But who would Simon Jordan choose ideally?
I know this will never happen because Man United have gone all corporate,
But I would have put someone like Roy Keane in to shake it up. But then I suppose that's like suggesting you put Liam Gallagher as a front man to take that. It doesn't work, does it? It's not going to happen because Keane will go in and cause mayhem, I suspect. But it needs a bit of that.
Well, the club's latest disappointment came yesterday at the hands of an old favourite, Danny Welbeck. He's now scored 8 goals against Man United since leaving, and Ali McCoy says he should be on the plane this summer.
He knows what his job would be. He would be a fantastic tourist, and by that I mean, I use the word tourist because that's what we used to call him. You know, he's not going to be a problem at all. He's going to be great around the camp. And by the way, the most important thing is he gets a chance, he'll score.
A fan who permanently disfigured a football player's face during a Scottish Premiership match has been jailed for 18 months. 31-year-old David Gowans hurled part of a seat onto the pitch, hitting Aberdeen's Jack McKenzie following Dundee United's 2-1 win last May. The defender injured one of his eyes and an eyebrow. Looking ahead to this week's League Cup semis, Liam Rosenior will face his first real test at Chelsea when they host Arsenal. Martin Keown reckons the new boss has earned his crust.
I think it's that modern style. He was given his role into the game, perhaps. Wayne Rooney gave him that opportunity and Wayne stepped back from it. Wayne wasn't really the day-to-day person, but this person was. I think he always thought one day he'd be at a top job, Jim. Some people are like this, you know, these career path people. It's now what he does with that.
And in cricket, Steve Harmison says Brendan McCullum is in uncertain territory right now. The ECB is reviewing an Ashes tour that will be remembered for a lack of discipline with bat, ball and booze.
I think he's the one that's the most vulnerable because he drives the bus. He's the drives the message. He's the one that sets the tone. He's the Arsene Wenger. He is the one that this team should represent. And at this moment in time, if there's a drinking culture, if there's lax, and if there is a problem, it falls on McCullum.
As always, there's plenty more on the talkSPORT Cricket YouTube channel.
This is Drive and talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is alongside me. For us at 7, Natalie Sawyer hosts live coverage of the final FA Cup third round tie as Barnsley go to Liverpool. In fact, we could look ahead to that game now in more detail. Former Liverpool midfielder and your co-commentator tonight, the wonderful Charlie Adam, joins us. Hello, Charlie. How are you?
Yeah, good evening. You okay?
I'm good. Does anyone call you Chaz? My father-in-law's called Charlie. We call him Chaz. Anyone call you Chaz?
Yeah, and a lot of different other types of things.
Okay, well, I can't call you them.
Not as much now that I'm not playing.
No, I bet.
But,
I bet.
Yeah.
Well, that's a backhanded compliment, right? If people have got insults for you.
I hope so. I hope so.
They fear you. Listen, thanks so much for coming on. I'm guessing you're looking forward to this game as co-commentator for talkSPORT. Do you think the Liverpool players will be looking forward to a game like this? Because you can't win. If you win, you're meant to win. If you lose, you've lost. So how do Liverpool players go into a game where they're such heavy favourites?
Well, these games are about your mentality in terms of the top players, where they're at, what they want to do. Obviously, three draws in a row in the last 3 games. So at Anfield, it's a special place. The FA Cup means a lot to this football club in the history. So, no, they want to go far and deep and ultimately try and win this tournament. But when you get an opportunity to win at home against a League One side in Barnsley, then you have to prepare well. You have to be right. And you know, Jurgen Klopp, Arne Slot looks like possibly could go strong tonight, which is something that could be a surprise. But no, you have to win and get in the next round. But these supporters will want a real good performance from the team.
Charlie, you said it there, and they're at home this evening, and they probably are going to go strong. But how much confidence do you think Liverpool will take from that second half performance against Arsenal, where I thought they were a much better side?
Yeah, again, I think that's the inconsistency that they've been this year, and the levels. We keep talking about injuries and different things, and but you've got to take performance, and that second half performance away at Arsenal was very, very good, and they have to build on that again. It won't be easy. It could be as easy as they want. It could be like the Man City and the mentality of the Man City players on Saturday against Exeter, and the levels that these Liverpool players can play at. But if they don't and they struggle in the first 10-15 minutes are key for tonight for Liverpool. If they can start fast and get an early goal, then the complex of the game could change. But No, I'm looking forward to see what Liverpool really come out tonight, and again using this crowd, getting after Barnsley and putting them under pressure that they're probably not used to in League One.
What sort of side do you think Slot's going to start with? All the big hitters on the bench in case there are problems?
Yeah, strong. Yeah, I think everybody will be involved. I think all the big players will play, and again, you know, you can't take the FA Cup lightly, as we've seen at the weekend with a couple of shocks. So, you know, Liverpool want to win this and get through, and then look forward to the weekend.
Do you think this is Liverpool's best chance of silverware this season?
Yeah, I think it is. I think they're in a good position in terms of Champions League and just in that 9th place and you know, just outside the top 8. But it's performances. Tough game against Marseille in the Champions League and next week. You know, they've got Burnley at the weekend, and then they've got away to Bournemouth. So it's a tough four games coming up for Liverpool, and you know, setting the tone right tonight with a good performance, and let's say set them up for the rest of the season. But this could be their only chance of trying to win big silverware. Okay,
2 questions for you. Firstly, what will the score be tonight? Live on talkSPORT, Liverpool against Barnsley.
Well, you have to respect what Barnsley are, and you know, in League One, you know, they've been up and down, but I expect Liverpool to be comfortable. You know, 3 or 4-0, and let's say the big thing for them is not picking up any injuries and getting through the game, and then really starting to get the season evolving and get going and kick on in the league as well. Okay, second question, Charlie. I'm sure you're aware of the phrase that history has a habit of repeating itself. I think I'm right in saying you replaced Xabi Alonso at Liverpool, so have you had the call from Real Madrid yet? No, my phone battery's just died, but I'm sure Florentino Perez has got my email, so I'll be looking for it. No, but listen, I think like you say, when you're a manager of the football club of Real Madrid, and the pressure heightens quickly, but it's always sad to see managers leave football clubs, especially with the history he's had there in terms of winning titles and his playing career, and whoever goes in now to one of the greatest clubs in the world will know they're in a privileged position.
Charlie, Bent and I were having a conversation a little bit on air, a little bit off air, about the fact that Xabi Alonso is a Liverpool legend. And Benny said that's
I was listening on the way in, actually.
Okay, he said that's the one thing, or not the one thing, but he said that could be a big factor in whether or not he turns down the role if, in fact, he's offered it. Do you think that would come into it?
To go where? To Manchester United?
Sorry, to Manchester United, yeah.
Listen, I think Xabi has got an unbelievable record in terms of what he's done at Leverkusen, Real Madrid. Manchester United is Manchester United, but I don't think that he would take the Manchester United job with his connections to Liverpool.
Really?
Just because of his connection. Because of his history with this football club. I think he's got a special bond with this football club.
Okay.
And again, that's what I do. But
Charlie,
Manchester United need a world-class manager.
I'm going to have to cut you short. I do apologise because the FA Cup draw is just about to start. But thanks for coming on. We'll speak to you in a bit.
Cheers, Charlie.
Pleasure, lads.
Thanks, man. Enjoy the game. That game live on talkSPORT as soon as we finish at 7. Now, the draw for the 4th round of the FA Cup is about to get underway at Anfield. Let's get over there now. Drawing the balls are Steve McManaman and Joey Cole. And, of course, they're alongside Darren Fletcher and our very own Ali McCoist.
Number 31 is Brighton and Hove Albion.
Oh, you missed Macclesfield by a number, by a ball.
I was close.
So Liverpool against Brighton, the first tie in the 4th round.
29.
29 is Stoke City, who beat Coventry and Frank Lampard at the weekend. And Steve, they're going to play.
Number 12. Number 12 is Fulham.
So Championship against Premier League. Stoke City hosting Fulham.
Yeah.
25.
Number 25 is Oxford United, 23rd in the Championship. They've just appointed Matt Bloomfield as the manager.
Yeah. On you go, Macca. Number 13. Number 13 is Sunderland. Ooh. Good victory at Everton.
Absolutely.
I thought that might have got you in, but no. I thought I might get a wee cheer off you there.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Southampton. Winners in 1976, runners-up in 2003.
'26. And Southampton will host Leicester City, 12th in the Championship.
Number 7.
Number 7, lucky 7, Wrexham. Beat Forest on Friday.
Ryan Reynolds got changed about 15 times during the match. He'll need some more outfits for round 4.
And they will play number 6.
Number 6 is Ipswich Town, so Wrexham host Ipswich Town.
Number 17.
Number 17 is Arsenal. Top of the Premier League. The record winners of the FA Cup, and not very popular in here.
And they will play number 5.
Arsenal are at home to Wigan Athletic.
Arsenal, Wigan.
Number 23.
Number 23 is Hull City. The runners-up in the FA Cup in 2014.
Number 8.
And they will play Chelsea.
Oh,
yeah.
So that's Liam Rosenior.
Yeah.
Going back to Hull City.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, played Hull in the FA Cup final, Chelsea manager these days, so that's
early
special one for him.
Early return.
Number 21.
Number 21 is Burton Albion. Gary Bowyer's Burton Albion. They're in the 4th round for the first time for 15 years. And they're going to play Macca.
They're going to play number 10.
They will be home to West Ham United.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, 2-1 victors over Queen's Park Rangers at the weekend.
I would think Nuno's just turned the telly off at this point. Yeah.
That's if it was ever on.
Number 15.
Number 15 is Burnley. Winners in 1914. Haven't been in a final since 1962, and they're going to play Macca.
They're going to play 32.
They're going to play Mansfield Town, Nigel Clough's Mansfield Town, who had a great result, 4-3 victory against Sheffield United.
Number 16.
Number 16 is Norwich City. I'm just hoping to try and pick the form up, aren't they, on the Philippe Clement?
Yeah.
They're going to play 19.
Number 19 is West Bromwich Albion, 18th in the Championship.
Getting some more Championship ties again. We're still waiting for John's Macclesfield to be pulled out. Ball 30.
Number 4.
Number 4 is Port Vale. I'll tell you why there's a little giggle in a minute.
Yes, there's a story behind this.
And
we won't get into it now, Macca.
Tell me now.
No.
Shall I wait?
Yeah, please, on you go. I'm nervous.
And they're going to play 28.
28 is Bristol City.
When we did the rehearsal this afternoon, it was Port Vale against Macclesfield. That's why. That's why. Yeah.
Number 22.
So 22 is Grimsby Town. Beat Manchester United already this season. League 2 team, and they have...
number 1.
Well, Grimsby are hosting Wolverhampton Wanderers. Rob Edwards, 4-time winners.
I tell you what, I like the look of that. League 2 against Premier League.
Yeah.
There's some big sides left in for John and Macclesfield. No, it won't. No, it won't.
John's still with you. John's still with us, yeah.
Number 3.
Oh, now then, number 3, Aston Villa. A lot of people think it might be.
Yeah. A lot of people think it might be Villa here.
I've just felt the wind of John crossing his fingers next to me. Who goes to Villa Park?
We'll play 24.
24 is Newcastle United. What a game that is.
What a game. What a game.
Number 9.
Number 9, Manchester City.
Yes. Yes. John's nodding his head, Macca. John's nodding.
I'm just trying to work out who's less popular, Arsenal or Manchester City, based on the level of booing there. Come on then, Macca.
OK, mate, OK.
Who goes to play City?
Who's playing City, Macca? Here we go.
Number 20.
Number 20 is Salford City or Swindon. Yeah. If it's Salford, their travel expenses will be good.
Well, Salford know what it feels like to go to City in the FA Cup last season. 8th they conceded if it's Salford. So Salford or Swindon off to face Manchester City.
Number 30.
Number 30!
There we are.
John, you're at home. You're at home, John. Macclesfield are going to play who, Steve? We've still got Leeds, Birmingham and Brentford.
Macclesfield will play Number 11.
Number 11 is Brentford. Premier League team at home. John, what are you thinking?
Yeah, we said before that we would have liked to get Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, but another Premier League side is incredible.
Brilliant.
Get ready for the long throw-ins. Michael Coyote, get practicing those.
Well done, mate.
And by rights, we should have 2 teams left if Jolene's put them all in.
27.
Number 27 is Birmingham City. And they will
of course,
play.
the last one is 18.
18, of course, marker is Leeds United.
So there we go. Thank you all. That concludes the 4th round draw, and the ties will be played across the weekend of the 14th and 15th of February.
Good work, everyone involved. Alan McCoy don't sleep, does he? Oh, dear. Right, let me just go over the matches. It's always difficult to hear your team. Liverpool or Barnsley will play Brighton. Stoke will play Fulham. Oxford United will play Sunderland. Southampton against Leicester. Some really good ties in here. Go on, Wrexham. They take on Ipswich. What a big game that is. Your mob Arsenal against Wigan. You've got to be happy with that. Home tie and you're playing Wigan. It's funny how football does this. Hull City, Liam Rosenior, of course, his former side, will be playing Chelsea, his current side. Burton Albion against West Ham.
Good tie, that.
Great ties. Burnley against Mansfield. Norwich against West Brom. Port Vale against Bristol City. Grimsby Town against Wolves. Aston Villa against Newcastle. Huge game. Man City against Salford or Swindon. That'd be interesting. Macclesfield against Brentford. I'm pleased they've got a home tie against the Premier League side. And Birmingham against Leeds United.
Hold on, there must be some mistake. United.
Those ties will be played around the weekend of Saturday the 14th, Sunday the 15th of Feb. You can see the draw in full right now. Just head to talksport.com. And a reminder, follow us at 7 Natalie So I host live coverage of the FA Cup 3rd round tie. Barnsley go to Liverpool. In fact, your jokes are going to have to wait. The team news for that is in. Let's get all the details with your commentator as we take an evening to Sam at the base. Hi, Sam.
Very good evening to you, Andy and Benty. Yes, quite a few changes for Liverpool, but still a very strong team tonight to take on League One Barnsley. They've brought in Mamardashvili, Gomez, Robertson, Jones, Ngamoa and Chiesa, but Van Dijk captains the team tonight. So this is how they line up. Mamardashvili is the goalkeeper. Frimpong reverts to right back. Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson make up the back four. They're very heavily depleted in those defensive areas. McAllister and Jones will anchor the midfield with Chiesa, Szoboszlai and Ngamoa behind Cody Gakpo in attack. As far as Barnsley are concerned, they make 5 changes. They recall Stockport winger O'Keefe, who comes straight into the starting lineup, wears the number 7 shirt. He goes into the right of midfield. Ogbita returns from injury. He was actually on loan at Plymouth last year and missed a big, giant killing game against Liverpool in the 4th round of that competition. Bland, Cleary and Jürgen Nathan also come into the side. So it's 5 changes for Barnsley from their draw with Wigan on New Year's Day. Cooper is their goalkeeper. Watson the right back. Di Giovanni, Shepherd and Ogbita the back four. O'Keefe, Phillips, Bland and Cleary in midfield, with Jürgen Nathan playing just behind their top scorer, Keeler Dunn, up top. And interestingly, there are 2 players in the Barnsley ranks that came through the Liverpool Academy that have points to prove tonight. We're underway, 7:45. We're on air from 7.
And of course, thanks, Dan. The boys on the Sports Bar will be taking calls from 10 p.m. Now, Chelsea boss Liam Rosenior has been speaking ahead of his side's Carabao Cup semi-final, first leg at home to Arsenal on Wednesday, a game you can hear live right here on talkSPORT. And he was asked if he hopes to emulate the success that Arteta has had at their London rivals.
Yeah, I'd love to be here for 6 years and longer. I'll be here as long as possible, but I'm aware in order for that to happen, I need to win. It's as simple as that. I understand every club has a different project. This word project comes out a lot now in football, but the idea in any project is that every game you play, you're trying to win it. It's as simple as that. So for me, my focus is, yes, I've got ideas about what I want the team to look like in a year's time, 2 years, 3 years' time. But I think I've got enough resources and enough tools with me now to win now. And I've made that clear to the players. So, we're going to give it our best shot on Wednesday. The lads trained very, very well this morning. And, I'll make a decision on the team in the next few days. And hopefully we go and attack the game.
Proper go for that.
What
debut game, getting a result like
I was going to ask, what can you learn from that 5-1 win against Charlton over the weekend? What did you learn about that?
They played some nice tiki-taka stuff. I mean, listen, Charlton are not in great form right now, but he's still got a job to do. And I thought they took their goals well. They were quite ruthless, Chelsea. And listen, you'd expect them to be able to overpower a side like Charlton in the Cup. So yeah, it was a good advert for it. I mean, these things can always go horribly wrong. You could have a Palace Macclesfield scenario, but you didn't. They went there, got the job done. They were very professional, and you have to say fair play to them.
What do you think his expectations will be for the rest of the season? Because, as I said, we've got live commentary that semi-finals coming up. Obviously, wants to win the trophy, but realistically,
yeah. I mean, listen, they can nick a trophy. There's no reason why they can't. But I think getting in the top four in the Premier League,
top 5.
Yeah, I mean, top 5 Champions League football again. I think they'd be happy with developing some of these young players. But he's got a big job in his hands. It should be good. I'm looking forward to watching how he progresses.
Are you?
Obviously not Wednesday, but yeah.
You want to smash him Wednesday?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay, fine. Some friend you are. Should we go back to the phone lines? I think we were talking about Thomas Frank. We've done so much in today's show.
Yeah.
We've got time for a few calls towards the end of the show. James joins us, Spurs fan. Hi, Jimmy.
Hi there, how are you guys doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
Oh, you sound very downbeat.
Well, as a Spurs fan, that's normally the case, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not last season, though. You won a Europa League.
Yeah, but if you back it up with the decisions that are made by Enoch and, Thomas Frank's not worked out, I don't think he's the right man.
Did you when he got the job?
No, I didn't want him. I wanted, even before Postecoglou, I didn't think Postecoglou was the right man.
Okay, who do you want?
At the time I wanted Marco Silva, but right now I think we'd have to be bold and make a decision, something like maybe Xavi. I don't think he would be a massive risk.
Who, Xavi who?
Xavi, not Xavi Alonso, Xavi.
Hernandez.
Yeah.
Oh, fine,
Xavi
okay, fine.
Well, it's such a. I think you need a name. You need someone who's going to. Because you were saying the problem. How are we going to attract players? I think you're going to need a manager like that. Otherwise, with all respect to Thomas Frank, I don't think you're going to get sort of top European players coming to Spurs. I think someone like Xavi would have that draw.
James, let me ask you a question, because you said there about Ange Postecoglou in it. You thought he wasn't the right man. You know, when you look back at his time at Spurs, though, would you say that he was the right man for the job?
No, I think what he did initially was unbelievable. If you think about before him, Conte, we were playing some of the worst football I've ever seen. We were all bored to death, a bit like what we are now. Ange Postecoglou came in, and we were playing some of the football in such a short period of time was incredible. And everyone knows that first sort of 10, 12 games, it was all great, and then it all sort of went wrong. But the point being, how quickly he turned a team that everyone said couldn't pass the ball, couldn't play football, he turned them into, we were one of the most entertaining teams in the league. And then this is what I always come back to on Thomas Frank. How much time does he need? I've not seen us play well. You know, everyone keeps saying we had half against Liverpool, we had a half against Aston Villa.
Yeah.
But I just think it's just not enough. His football's just so uninspiring.
So you want him out? Let's see what Alex.
Sorry, that's why I was questioning about Ange Postecoglou. Was he the right man? He said no, but he won them a trophy. So
I know, but his league form was a point. He can't have that. He can't be 17th. You know.
Yeah, but I bet you won't find any Spurs fans that would erase that.
No, of course not.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like
you can't have that again.
Yeah, but he's the right man for that particular time.
He was the right man for that season.
Yeah,
but only that season. Alex is Spurs fan. Hi, Alex.
All right, dudes. How you doing? All right.
Dudes, I like that one. I've not heard that for years. Dudes, we're good. How are you?
Dudes, geezers.
Dudes. Have you seen what's the movie where he calls everyone dudes? He walks about in his dressing gown.
Oh, I can't remember.
The Big Lebowski.
There's a lot of dudes in Dumber and Dumber, and that reminds me of Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh,
really? Toxic. It is. I'll tell you what, you want my opinion on this, and you can talk about Thomas Frank and is he the right man for the job? Is it a must-win game? Well, fortunately for us, we picked up a few points over Christmas. Very fortunately picked up a few points over Christmas, so we've climbed away from the relegation zone. I mean, if we'd have lost to West Ham and not won those games like we did over Christmas, we would have been pulled right into the relegation zone.
If you lose to them on Saturday?
Well, look, I think, what are we now, 13 points above them? So then we'll only be 10. It's a 6-pointer, but I think there's too much.
What are you talking about? You're not talking about going down, are you?
I am. I'll tell you what.
You're going down.
Well, if we hadn't, like I said, if we hadn't picked up those 5 points over Christmas, we would have been in in a real bad situation because there is no plan on the pitch. I mean, Bent, you can see it. You've been in the club, and we also now, as fans, we are really questioning what the plan is off the pitch. And I reckon, right, it's time to sell up. It's time to sell and get some new leaders in at our football club because there are fans who are absolutely fuming out there. They don't want to go to games. They want to run on the pitch and protest, which I'd never encourage. But it's awful. It's toxic, and it's not a sporting event anymore. It's turning into something else. And I don't know what you think, Darren, because you've been there at the club. I mean,
do you know what's crazy about it? Like when I was there, obviously the team that I played with was incredible. Some of the players in that team, right? But even my mate who's got a box at Tottenham doesn't go. Now he would have paid a fortune.
The box is empty.
Yeah, the box is empty. He said,
that can't be.
I'm telling you now, he said the box is empty. Right, he said he doesn't enjoy going anymore, which is
like Tottenham when they're attacking.
Like, it's bizarre, but I think you question the recruitment in terms of, but at times the recruitment, the players have been decent, but very quickly they've almost frazzled out. Do you know what I mean? Like when they first came in, they've had an impact, and you go, okay, and then it's very quickly it turns around. But if I'm honest, I don't know what the answer is because I don't think ENIC are going to sell.
No, of course they're not.
Well, if they're not going to sell, then you're going to have to just. If they can get a manager in with maybe a bit more of a reputation that can attract the players, then maybe that will help them. But I don't think there's one particular answer I can give which will say that will make them better.
You can't now because our time is up. But not time on talkSPORT. You're going to stay with us because follow us at 7. Natalie Sawyer hosts live coverage of the final FA Cup third round tie as Barnsley go to Liverpool.
Where's my phone?
But boys on the sports floor, take calls from 10. Me and he will be back tomorrow, 4 o'clock. For more of the same. A reminder, by the way, we did have the draw for the 4th round of the FA Cup, some big ties. The winner of tonight's game that's live on talkSPORT, Liverpool Barnsley, will take on Brighton. Your team, Arsenal, they're at home to Wigan. Wrexham, they will play Ipswich Town. Go on the Wrexham. And I think tie the round probably for the big heads is Aston Villa against Newcastle United. If you want to remind yourself of any of those draws, which we played on the 14th and 15th of Feb, you can see the whole draw right now. Just head to talksport.com. That's all we've got time for, DB. Say goodnight to all our listening millions.
Good night, listening millions.
We'll be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock for more of the same. A reminder, of course, if you want to download the 21 Minutes to Go podcast,
or not,
you can.
I wouldn't bother.
21 Minutes to Go in the search engine. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.
Blast off.